And the first thing going out on the stream, once again, is not the GM. It is, this time, a command for Tilly to shush.
You said everyone was muted.
They were.
And then we weren't.
And then you weren't, because I want the music coming out. So, welcome to Himplay's Cyberpunk Red from Artalsorian. Hello, Sevagil. With me this evening, going from my left are Fish, not Fish, aka Fishy, Corona Magistrate, Molietsu, Robinson, possibly, depending on what his window's doing at the moment.
I'm sorry.
Shard Angel and Night Bites. Okay, so the crew. I say crew. Occupants. People who occasionally like each other.
Do we?
Well,
Shut up.
yeah,
Yes.
You might be pushing a point a bit there, I think.
Look,
I don't
well-
like anyone.
I like you, but I don't actually want to admit that. So
Okay, so Robinson occasionally lets Cad stick probes inside his spine. I figured this requires a degree of at least trust.
Trust, yeah, but you can trust someone and not like them.
Stop messing with me. Okay. So, having established that Hamble, the Joy Toy doll, is really none of the sort, you have decided, in order to try and get paid for your little spot of good Samaritanism, you need to get her fixed up so that she can start earning, or blackmailing, dealer's choice. Either way, she's not taking up bed space anymore. Unfortunately, in order to repair her cyberware, you have ascertained that you need, she says, taking a deep breath, a quantum nanite magnesium interface tip in order to repair her internal brain dance recorder.
Probably we should get one manufactured by the MacGuffin Doohickey Corporation. They make all the best ones.
These are just little burn-away tips that work with a tool and usually come on a strip of 100, and they're the sort of thing everyone has in their bits box, don't they, until they actually need one.
Until they need one.
Yeah, they hide out with all the little tiny lithium batteries that know you have bought.
oh, yes.
And all those computer case screws that you had left behind after your last 12 computer builds.
Yes!
And then you think, I've got enough screws, this will be fine, when you buy a new component, and suddenly they've gone.
Yeah, yeah, they've all migrated off to the great land beyond. A noon for bits. And good luck, Robinson, getting a new webcam. Although I gather there are some good ones on eBay now, because Logitech have brought out a new streamer cam.
Have they?
Yes, and since that one is actually available, people are selling on.
So that means the C920 and the C922 might actually come back into supply.
Yep. So, your only option is to head off and go shopping. And after digging around in the data pool and asking around, you have ascertained that there is a night market going on this afternoon at the university, which is northwest of where you are hanging out. It's in the old car park, parking lot, in the university district. Not the Biotechnica campus, that's A, private, and B, very well defended, but it's outside the old university buildings and near the new university buildings, but very few people drive there because there aren't that many cars. So, how are you planning on getting there?
That is a very good question.
Says the man
I've got a van, but I'm not just going to drive it to a random location and then leave it parked. Someone will nick it.
So we go by foot.
I mean, there's a history around here of van thefts, apparently. So,
If you're that concerned, let's take public transport.
Yeah,
We
you
may
can take
need-
the
I
subway.
reckon we probably should.
We may need the van later, depending on how large the item we need to transport is.
That is, of course, the other difficulty. Electrum has been contacted out of the blue by a fixer called Tremaine, who has offered him 2,500 in order to collect a box of little toys that he has ordered from a nomad by the name of Tutankhamun.
I did not have that.
Okay.
You know, it's quite simple, really. We can take the van, and I'll just hang out in the driver's seat playing on my banjo.
Are we sure that you are intimidating enough to the random passersby?
I don't need to be intimidating. I'm pretty.
It would be more effective if, as a deterrent if you played the bagpipes or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well,
You
the
heard him play
banjo. Yeah, banjo can be quite the crowd clearer.
So, at the moment,
Badly,
it's
that would work.
a night market is something akin to a swap meet for the US. Think more boot fair, if you're UK.
I just keep getting the floating market from Neverwhere go through my head.
Yeah.
And it's probably not a bad
Yeah.
analogy.
That's not
Yeah.
bad at all. That's
See,
not
no one's
bad at
gonna
all.
nick. No one's gonna nick the van so long as we're hanging out with it. Someone's hanging out with it, and even then, I could sit there and peddle my wares, trying to get popular with the music, and just use it as my stage until you get back.
You remember, right, that there were 3 guys hanging out with a van and they nicked it.
Four.
Yeah. Problem is there isn't anyone nearly as intimidating as you, I expect. Because who the hell steals a van without actually needing to fire a shot? Yes, you did. Shoot. But you didn't need to steal the van.
So, the weather this morning, since RTG have been so kind as to put together weather tables for Night City, which I will now be using relentlessly, I have to say, because I happen to like it. This morning there was a half-hour ash storm.
Nice.
Oof.
Not so much. Which, to give you an idea of what it was like, fires aren't uncommon in the time of the Red. Occasionally they burn so long, hot and large that the wind blows the toxic ashes and smoke across Night City. Anyone who spends more than 1 minute in an ash storm without nasal filters, anti-smog breathing mask or similar has been exposed to the equivalent of a vial of poison.
Fun.
You also suffer the foreign object critical injury as ash clogs your lungs and sinus passages, although they don't take the additional bonus damage.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that actually is a better idea.
I have nasal filters. I took those up as part of my character build.
Yeah,
I feel
Okay.
that I would have nasal filters if this
Yeah.
information had been given me during character creation rather than in session 4.
I agree with Fish on this.
Yeah.
Well, you know those big, dorky looking gas masks?
Yeah,
Everyone has. Yeah, there's a reason they have those.
Do we all have one?
Don't know, do you?
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty
No.
sure going to come in a standard medic kit because we're going to need him if we're going out to people that have gone out without such a thing. So that we
There
can
is
save their
that.
life.
There is that indeed.
You're going to plunder the clinic for supplies.
No,
I
I'm going to
thought-
plunder my own med pack for supplies.
I thought I would give you guys a little bit more of an idea as to what Night City's really like. Because it's all been a bit isolated. But it isn't post-apocalyptic. There's not that scarcity.
It's mid-apocalyptic. The apocalypse is still happening.
Good.
As opposed to mid-apocalyptica, where the conflict is still going on.
Ouch. Okay. Can I just check from anybody who's watching if the sound is all okay for everybody and that Sirenscape is not too loud?
taking a huge risk there, assuming anybody's watching.
Look, there's people showing in chat, okay? I have hopes.
Cheers, Dad.
Thank you, Dav.
Oh,
Thanks. Yeah. Okay.
Right, so... No, don't lock up on me, I don't care. Stop it. Come on. You can do it. Right. Sorry, it's, Adobe Acrobat just went, no. You don't need to scroll anymore, stop it.
Oh.
Scrolling is very optional. Yeah, you can get just a cheapy respirator. Which I realise that obviously cheapy and respirator are not
words that you really want going together, are they?
and my mum to survive for a bit.
Yeah.
Holy crap, they did it again. Of course they did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord! That was me going. Oh my god, we've got to ban the bots. Oh no, we're good.
I do take objection to that race phrase, however, because I work with him and he's a lovely bloke.
Okay, scrolling back
Welcome.
up. Thank you, Raiders. Thank you, Meredith Raiders. Thank you so much.
Hello, Raiders.
I'll let you do the talking for a mo, because I'm just now going gloopy. Okay, so we...
You've joined us at just the right time. We're about to get started on our adventure. We're going shopping. Nothing bad will happen.
No, you're going shopping. It's going to be absolutely fine. No worries.
It's a real tabletop role
when
playing
you
game
go
now.
shopping.
Yeah.
Honestly, nothing bad's going to happen because we've already had to deal with a bad event of having an ash storm needing masks to breathe or we are going to be poisoned. So that's it. That's it for the game. Everything else is going to be smooth.
I mean,
Sailing.
It's going to be lovely now.
I've
We've
got
had
to
the
pick
action.
up a delivery, but we've got to move a package for someone. But
Yeah. It's a little
Nothing
package of
major.
toys. Nothing
Yeah.
major.
The only problem you've got is you don't own a bicycle, isn't it? That's your only real problem, is it?
Yeah, you are all very, very welcome. So, yeah, in the interests of making this an absolutely genuine RPG, I am sending them shopping. I'm sure this will be fine. Yeah, the
Slight
mornings...
Contracting pneumothorax microscopic silicoconiosis.
hey,
Can somebody please remind me that I need to give extra IPs to Robinson for that?
I memorized the word that was
Yes.
on my English classroom's wall for a good reason.
why on earth was that on your classroom wall?
Because it's like the longest word in English or something. So they decided to put it on the wall.
The
Yes.
longest word in English is smiles, because it's got a mile between the first and last letter.
Are you the one who did all the fun chat?
No.
We know different.
We know different. We are aware. Okay. Okay, right. So we are into night market. That's weapons. I don't want weapons. Well, I do want weapons.
We all want
You
weapons.
don't need weapons.
Actually, I've
These
got
are not the
weapons. What I
weapons
need
you're
is
looking for.
ammunition.
I don't need a weapon. My face is a weapon.
Yeah, there is possible dog sightings on this. There is almost certainly a cat sighting on this. Depending on where he is. There we go.
Hey.
We have paid the cat tax.
Yay, thank you. Because otherwise I'd have to go pull Tilly out from under the sofa.
Aww.
I mean, I could always pull Mercury out from underneath the desk, but he's very comfortable right where my feet are supposed to be.
Bless.
Pippin was quite comfortable there, but I didn't care because he was annoying.
Oh, you're horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly where Moldy is for me, Shard, because he apparently likes to be in fun gas bombing territory.
Nice.
Okay, so yes, that is
Yeah.
exactly what people will be suffering from, but please don't make me say it out loud without a run up.
Likewise, please don't ask the medic to say it out loud.
No.
Yep.
It is a simple rule that if the GM can't pronounce it, the players never have to suffer from it.
Yeah, I agree. I like this. I'm,
Numinal
I
microscopic
am-
silica volcanoconiosis.
Nope, you didn't do
One of
it.
those things that's got a common name like Bob or something that
So
who
the
actually uses.
The main reason I know that word is because it was in some book of trivia, along with the other one which is generally touted, which is floppy knocky puffin illegalification.
Yeah.
I've always been
Yeah.
very fond of anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Which is only, and he said in verse almost 28 letters long.
And hyphenated.
You know what, I'm going to demonstrate my laptop and just leave this game if we don't get going.
Ooh.
I'm kidding.
Anti-smog breathing mask. Right. That's what I was looking for. Anti-smog breathing masks are 20 EBs.
Oh, in that case, I won't bother waiting for
20
the
eddies.
So if
Did we get some eddies?
Yeah, 84 it is the last one.
84, 83 minus
yeah,
83.
I get
So-
20 Eddie.
Ooh. So 63.
That's another 20 pieces of ammo.
I like that we have to go shopping before we can go shopping.
yeah.
To be fair, it's shopping that you would already own.
It's
Yeah.
know.
It's you've been shopping at some point in the past.
We
retroactive
popped down to the
shopping.
bodega first.
You check the forecast and got them in advance.
We sent the person who actually had a mask down to the bodega to buy some more.
Yes. Oh, I love
Yes.
it.
Okay. So let's change Sirenscape. I'm trying to get the hang of being a bit slicker with Sirenscape, but that is kind of tricky.
Am I now legally permitted to make "Are You My Mummy" jokes?
Yes.
You don't even stop to think about that. But yes. I will agree, but you have to reflect upon this.
Where did that come from?
Doctor Who.
Have you
Yeah,
not watched the
Mask.
Doctor Who episode with gas mask going?
The creepy child with
Yeah.
the gas mask.
Are you my mummy?
Yes.
You need
It was
you
the
need to
Mummy.
wait.
two-parter.
You need to wait. Ideally, you want to do double duty on this one. Wait for the "Are you my mummy" comment until we're wearing the gas masks and we've met Tutankhamun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I only made the connection. Okay, never mind.
That's cool.
Puns that are spelled differently, I don't. It takes
Sorry.
me longer to put together.
I apologise in advance then again for Tutankhamun.
No, I get it now.
Yeah. Who doesn't weigh 2 tons? Not unless she's way more cyber than she looks. Okay. So, yes, around midday, the ash storm dies down and a light rain turns it all to a really sticky mud and washes it down the overloaded drains as the temperature starts to climb. By the time afternoon rolls around, it's getting sticky and overcast. For our American cousins, it's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. For those of us using real numbers, it's about 28 degrees.
Oof, that's warmer than today.
And it's
Otherwise,
humid.
all the British people are dead.
Yeah, it's humid and it's sticky
That's not bad.
and not sunny.
That's my life in Missouri every day. I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm
yeah, that's
ticking
my life
Missouri
here,
off. I'm ticking
still.
Missouri off my list of places to go.
Things
It's
like
just
this
no.
make humans a
I
very
took it off
terrifying
my list of
species.
places to go as soon as I found out Shard was there.
Oh,
Oh, fishy.
So that's why that was when I added it to the list of places.
yeah, that's actually why I might go there. Irrespective.
It's better in autumn.
A lot of places are, I've noticed. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, but-
I still don't believe we have in the night market, but never mind. Let's go for Night City vibe.
Is there a special event coming up soon that will give us an excuse to record the In the Night Garden opening, but with changed lyrics?
No. Oh, pile of
Why would
ashes.
you need a special event?
Oh.
Right. So, Did you decide how you were getting there? Are you going by van or are you going by public transport?
I think we decided. Well, we had originally decided we were going to go by public transport, but then this idea about we don't really know how heavy the thing that.
Yeah, or how big it is. Even if it's not heavy, if it's big and bulky, it's still going to be a...
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those like cryo coffins, isn't it? And we're going to find someone in it, and then we're going to have a crisis of conscience of whether to deliver it. Then we're going to end up with little sidekick.
It's supposed to be a box of toys, not a person.
Well,
Toys. Yes. I'm still worried about what type of toys they might be, but fine.
May I
adult
remind
toys probably.
The trick
May
is
I,
look in the box to find out.
May I
Yes.
remind
Never open the package.
May I remind you that you were hired by somebody who talks like this.
So it
So
must be evil.
make of that what you will. That he was after toys.
Yeah. No, I don't. This guy was recommended, obviously contacted Electrum after having spoken to one of my regular fixers. I really don't want to have to make a nemesis of Tremaine.
Oh God! Ouch. Niche joke. Niche.
Indeed.
Well, that was a joke. That went straight over my head.
Yeah.
That's how niche it was.
Yarp.
I'm just a little worried that this box of toys might be toys as in where does he get those wonderful?
Could be. On Kung Fu, you have no idea. You've just been given the dimensions and who's holding it at the moment.
Oh, we've got dimensions and we've got an idea as to whether we need the van.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's what I made it. It's 1.5 by 1.5 meters by 1.75 meters by 1 meter.
So
It's not small.
A little awkward to get on a bus, I suppose.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, depending on how heavy it is, that's not one person carrying it.
Yeah. And even if it is light enough for one person, it's unwieldy. And
Yeah.
it would be awkward.
Carrying a box like that across town, public transport, is going to make you a target.
Yes.
You're going to
Yeah.
get noticed, aren't you? Yeah, we'd better take the van.
Yeah.
See, now, you all took the mickey when I nicked this van. Oh, why has he stolen a van, you said? Well, there you go, now you know. We need the bloody thing. Next time,
Yeah.
just trust me.
Thank you, Max.
Okay.
You were wrong. You were right.
It is now raining.
What is it? Raining water?
It is. Yeah. It is currently a light rain. But as the afternoon draws on, as I said, the heat goes up and the rain evaporates from the pavements. But there's also low-lying cloud, so it's just staying
flying
sticky.
cloud.
Yes.
What I thought.
So it's staying sticky as the temperature rises.
Did the rain get the ash settled?
Yeah, most of it.
Should do, yeah.
It's probably like muddy.
Oh yeah, it would definitely be muddy, but at least it's on the ground and not on our faces.
Nobody
It
wanders
does
around
a
in
lovely
flip-flops,
job of
do they?
fertilising the streets of Night City, however, which is not going to be great for the people who have to keep the weeds out.
Yeah, I mean, the people doing vertical gardening and, guerrilla cabbages, they are
Oh.
loving this.
I thought Fish was referring to us as the weeds in the city that needed to be cleaned up.
No, I wasn't being that subtle.
No. Okay. So yeah, you can take the roads all the way from your three-way junction lifestyle of the Glen, South Night City, and the university sector.
I'm sure my
Into the
agent will give you a route.
Yeah,
The word is a sat now, won't it?
it does. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they are AIs. They will make
Got gargle maps or something.
something. I will
Gargle
remind
maps.
you. Something I will remind you. They do contain limited AIs.
Yeah.
So bear in mind, if you keep your calendar in there and you put, say, your significant other or your mum's birthday or whatever, not only will it remind you at the appropriate time that you need to buy a present
I need
for
one of these.
your significant other, but if you don't remember It will look at your previous purchasing choices and it will buy an appropriate gift.
No kidding.
Yeah.
They can also make and receive phone calls in your voice.
Okay, I love that. That is fabulous.
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
I bet it can't, though. It's a North American build agent. I bet it can't make phone calls in Max's voice.
It couldn't initially, but now it mostly can. It's just every now
beginning
and
to
then.
get the hang of it now. Is
Yeah.
How often have we tried to call each other between our agents, and it wasn't actually us making the phone call? It was just the agents talking to each other.
Long conversations with no people involved.
It's
Back
like
and forth.
Siri and
Not
Alexa
ideal,
next to
actually.
each other, and you just see them.
This happens a lot. Basically, the only people listening to each other's voicemails are agents. And then they will pass those messages on.
They tell, yeah, they. You don't need, you know, like a PA because your agent is quite capable of doing that for you. It will filter your voicemails and tell you what you actually need to know.
Yep.
Provided that you have taught it, you know, how to prioritize.
That
Max
sounds
has taught his
wonderful.
nothing at all. It has no personality. It does nothing autonomously. It's running on bare minimum settings.
Yeah. This is why
And he
periodically...
clears the data on a regular basis so it never learns.
This is why periodically you get stroppy messages about the state of your clothes. It's got such limited access. It takes everything it can get.
Does this mean that I can turn mine up to 11?
You can, yeah,
Probably.
play with yours.
Cool.
You can
Something
give
else
it
to
greater
play
autonomy. Enlarge the size. Give it more memory space, more processing power.
I can download more RAM.
Yeah!
Okay. Okay, just for those who don't know, which is going to be most people because not many people watching, I suspect, have actually played this. Night markets spring up all over the city, often without warning, whenever a good shipment comes in off a transport or something really useful is uncovered by nomads or fixers. Similar to the old swap meets held in the 20th century, night markets are mobile shops mounted on trailers, vehicles, shipping containers, or whatever else has mobility and some spare volumetric to display stuff. Getting to a night market is about as much about connections as it is about money. Some of the best markets are top secret affairs, which require connections or access codes just to find them. Night markets can pop up for a few hours, then vanish forever, or regularly show up at specific sites where they can depend on enough security and space to set up shop over time. So, that's, as I said, it's kind of a cross between a swap meet and a boot fair. Okay. This one. Tootle up, and you're looking at half a dozen largish Nomad vehicles, most of which are pickup trucks of some description, and they have stalls laid out on the flatbeds at the back. They've dropped the back of the trailer down. There is a large Winnebago which has double cargo doors welded in place of where the standard single entry would be. Also, stalls have been set up on folded metal tables, the floor. They range from cardboard boxes full of stuff to secure locked corpo containers to plastic totes with interlocking lids. And I think Fish at least should know what I'm talking about here.
Max, are you sure you don't want to upgrade to the Winnebago?
Actually, I mean, if there's one going, I'll take it. I was just thinking, though. Actually, these lads are missing a trick here. You should get yourself a couple of gurneys and that big medical kit I know you've got back at clinic. You should have bunged it in back of the van. You could have made a bit of money while we're here.
In the
And we would
centre.
be treating our customers with what?
Did you not hear the bit about the med kit?
In the centre of the car park, a couple of enterprising Night City locals have set up food carts. and are busy frying probably kibble and pre-pack into new interesting flavoured forms.
Deep fried kibble on a stick?
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, look. Americans have been deep frying things forever. Twinkies, ding dongs, bananas.
Not that way. It's a small pastry cake.
I know.
You guys
just love
clearly
the way
have
the
been
Roman
far too influenced by the
Franks are.
Scots.
I'm sorry, I just saw Robinson nearly choked his
Yeah.
back there.
If you want the masters, I'm ignoring that conversation. If you want the masters of deep frying, you've got to go to Scotland.
Yes.
Yep, that is
Yes.
true.
Ever since I found
Think
deep
fried Mars bars.
fried ice cream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good
Deep
one.
fried pizza, deep fried. They do fry literally everything.
Literally anything, yeah.
I think it's a challenge. You've got to admire the Glaswegian masters of fry.
I wonder if someone has decided to try deep frying a French fry 4 times after battering it, just like keep battering it and frying it again and again.
Yes,
Probably.
I think I've seen it. Right.
Why not just pour the oil down your throat and
Yeah.
go with that?
I didn't say I've eaten it.
Because oil. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Deep fried Mars bars are super sweet.
Oh god, that sounds awful.
And you don't want to eat one cold.
I thought you were going to say you don't want to eat one sober.
I like
Well,
that.
there
Period.
is
Both
that,
are
but
Yes, that goes without saying.
I think I managed a third of one the first time that I went to Edinburgh for the Fringe, and it's like,
Wow.
I have tried this. I don't need to have this again.
So in that case, Molly, frying kibble makes sense because you're changing the consistency and flavor of it, so it might be a little bit different than right off the shelf.
Yeah, it's you've basically got things like balls of batter, which have various flavours of kibble stirred in, and then what they're just doing is ice cream scoops of that straight into the oil, so they're coming out as basically kibble donuts.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
It's county fair. It's county fair food. Basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I totally should have. Okay. So old dog story. Never mind.
Go
Do
for it.
with repurposing. Basically, my beagle was on prescription dog food. He did not like it, and I would grind up the kibble and make muffins for him, and he would eat those.
I mean,
so
Fantastic.
in Cyberpunk, we're essentially eating dog food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
cats eat
compact.
better than you.
Yeah.
Well, cats are more sensitive. They have taurine supplements. And
Well, demanding anyway. I don't know about So where can I park? Can I pull right into the night market?
Yeah.
Since it's in an old parking lot,
Yeah.
and actually park right in the middle of things where it's less likely that someone will come along and nick me back.
You can indeed. The
Right,
surface
I will.
to this car park, although it's obviously not in use as a car park for the university anymore, you can see the far end actually has 15-foot high wire grates with big electrified notices on. So people with cars go through a pair of gates, and then they've got defended car parking over there, and you can see there are turrets in there and everything.
Oh, nice.
Very subtle.
In the van ride over, Electrum will like outline what it is that Tremaine has asked. We suggest that we basically split into 2 groups. One, some people who come with me to find two-time partner and pick up the package, and the other who go looking for the Miltech agent who probably has the interface tips.
But yeah, why don't we go in one group and cover each other's backs? I don't trust anyone in this place.
Isn't this just a glorified boot fair?
Look,
Like I said,
With
I don't
guns.
trust anyone in this place.
Okay.
I'm all about not splitting your forces and sticking together as a team and covering each other's backs and all that, but we're only going shopping.
Again, with guns.
Well, we're going shopping for one specific thing, a trade meet. We don't know what they're going to want in trade. It might be something you have to offer, or you have to offer. Or it might be something I have to offer. We don't know. So there's that aspect. Then there's the package that could be anything and could get everyone shot. I'd kind of like to be there just in case I've got to stitch you back up again.
It can only get the people who are with it shot. So, if I'm off shopping, then I'm fine, ain't I?
Then maybe we should get the tips first and then see about the package.
That seems sensible.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to be that much good to you. If somebody comes after you for package, I'm not going to be that much good to you unless I can go shopping and buy some more bloody bullets.
You didn't take bullets from the guys that you chased off? You stole a car. I mean, you acquired a car.
Yeah. I was hoping they
But
might
you
drop
didn't-
guns, but they didn't. They put them away instead. They were a bit savvy.
I feel like that was the fates trying to mock you. It couldn't have been their fault.
I know.
By the way, in the centre of the... let me finish off the description for the night market. In the centre of the night market, with the food carts, a couple of musicians have set up with portable amps and are delivering some mariachi versions of rock classics under,
Oh yeah, you guys go take care of this.
under a large sheltering parasol.
I gotta go jam with these folks. I'll hit you around. Just
Is either of them body sculpted to look like Antonio Banderas?
I am
Yes.
not confirming or denying. If they were, they probably didn't pay that much for it. But what they do have is they have dry ice and a selection of bottled drinks
nice.
in a cooler behind them.
I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna walk off from the rest of them and sit down on the floor, pull out my own amp, and I'm gonna start jamming with them.
Okay.
Playing their kind of music. I'm playing to what their theme is. I'm just using a band.
Yeah.
Actually,
Stick together, cover each other's backs. Right, gotcha.
You knew that was going to happen. We could have guessed. Who's the tallest one in the party?
How tall? How tall am
Well,
we actually
with
have
your chair legs
height.
extended. Oh,
I? Yeah, I'm 6'3".
Yeah, I shall now activate Lookout Tarano. Just extend all the legs.
You can do
not
that.
prairie dog.
You can learn
meerkat.
that.
Meerkat, no.
Actually, because I can't quite remember the description. Is anyone here? Okay, anyone aside from Shard's character over 5'6"?
Basically,
I
you just
think-
asked if anyone's character is taller than Knight.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Thank you.
I'm going to say yes.
I think by a couple of inches.
Yeah, Cat's 5'8".
Yeah, I think 5. Well, yeah, I think 5'9" for me.
That
Max-
seems to have written a description. So
Max's
I'm
height
gonna
presumably
say-
varies according to which legs he's got.
Possibly, yeah. I'm going to say he's a flat 6 foot, because that's nice and easy.
Okay.
How tall is Hideo in the chat?
I just looked and the chair does not have any details regarding, like, actual size.
No, they are basically the size, not a million miles off the size of what I'm sitting in, to be fair.
Yeah, it does look like a gaming chair with legs.
Gaming chair with legs, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the legs can extend up and down. Like they're really long legs. They're spider legs. So you should be able to telescope pretty well. Telescope, whatever.
One of those.
Yeah, it makes sense that telescopic legs do telescope.
Yeah.
They do have a degree of extension, but he'd be doing the equivalent of balancing on tiptoe.
I think
Which would be
telescope is when
hilarious.
someone from Max's hometown it wants to talk to the police.
Oh.
Ouch.
So for the purposes of the viewers, when as the group moves out from Van and are together, you all know that this is regular behaviour for when we have gone out previously, but Electrum basically hides in the shadow of anyone taller than him, so it makes himself very difficult to see.
Max probably casts the most shadow, because he's not necessarily the tallest, but I think he probably has the highest body.
Question. Does Electrum... I mean, I know he's got a bodyweight suit, hasn't he?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't.
I could not afford.
You couldn't afford a bodyweight suit. Okay.
I have my clothing hat. I mean, I have the I have light armor jack for head and body, basically in my normal wear.
Fair enough, but that means that you're handling your cyber deck independently. You don't have the nice, convenient pockets.
Oh no, yeah, my cyber deck is basically jewelry rigged on one side.
You're strapped on with bungee
Gaffer
cables.
tape is a thing.
Yes.
Gaffer tape is indeed a thing. Yeah.
It is awaiting my cyber armor.
Yes.
Back in our Shadowrun days, it was actually canon that Woody's cyberdeck was held together with with gaffer tape.
I mean, almost certainly, because my cyber deck is a poor quality cyber deck.
Just don't drop
Woody's
it.
was not custom novel.
Yeah. Okay, so the temperature climbs. You guys having a look around then, trying to get the lie of the land a bit. There are a lot of people appearing.
Snoozing a little.
Yeah. Okay.
Just talking to people as we go past, finding out who's here, what they've got, that kind of stuff.
Is it you or in Nabu who knows the name of the Militech agent that we're here that ideally we may want to speak to?
Wasn't me.
Or did we actually get a name? I can't remember.
Okay, it's not a Militech agent. You are looking for a Nomad.
Oh right, okay.
2-ton Carmen is
No,
a
for the
Nomad.
for the interface tips.
Ah.
Someone who specialised in Militech gear.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Militech.
Sorry,
yes.
It's actually Biotechnica.
We didn't get a name though.
I don't. Yeah, I
No.
didn't see that.
Biotechnica are the primary makers of medical gear. They're not the only manufacturers of medical gear, but if you're looking out for such things, Biotechnica is a good place to start. Looking for those logos.
I will keep an eye out then for Biotechnica.
Okay. There are a lot of people ranging from, how can we put this? Sort of clearly civs pitching up with baskets of what looks suspiciously like cabbages and other brassicas. And they are buying odds and sods from various nomads, and they are clearly paying in fresh fruit and veg, which is then being sold off from there.
Anyone who is looking at Electrum will actually see that he is looking. His eyes are narrowed when he sees this, and he is looking very enviously at the fresh fruit and veg.
Yeah, they're going for a good. They're going for a good clip. Because of course the nomads, they have their farms out on the convoys, so they actually eat rather better than people in the city. But they can sell it to other people in the city for good stuff.
We do need to set ourselves up our little ceiling garden.
The rooftop farm.
Yes.
Yes.
We definitely need
I'll have to.
yeah.
I don't actually have a band yet, but I'm thinking that might be a good band name.
There's a certain ring to it,
Well,
yes.
the feeling agronomist, so.
Yes, that's the one.
The skylighting on the mists. I like that actually. That works better.
So, I'm not just going and jamming. I'm purposefully sitting in a place that's able to see most of where the entrance area is.
Okay.
With the way it's set up, so that I can keep an eye out for suspicious people, like I don't know,
Right.
the folk that we stole the van from to begin with. Well, that Max stole the van from, but
Uh-huh.
things going wrong.
Okay. So sort of this is hour one at any convention I have ever been to. So we're not actually shopping straight away. What we're doing is we're just going to
We're
walk
looking around, seeing who's here. Yeah.
We're getting
Yeah.
the lay of the land.
making notes on the map.
All the important
Exactly. And complaining about crowd control and occupant load on the HVAC.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is going to a convention is like playing a tabletop game.
Yes.
I've never been, so
This is an accurate depiction of me and Fish going round Salute. After you've been in the queue for nearly 2 hours. And then you get in, and the first thing you do is you do a complete circuit to work out what the hell
walk
is
around the
anywhere.
whole thing, figure out what's there. Yeah.
Yes, and find out where the exits are. And
Yeah. Which, fortunately, that's easy. They just open the walls.
Yeah.
oh, that's
Or at least where you go exactly the same way you came in.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear
Yeah.
God, I'm flashing back now to EGX, where they made us walk like 2 kilometres extra each time you wanted to get in and out. Because you had to go in and out through separate doors, and they were one end each of XL. So you had to walk the entire length of XL.
Oh god, they'd IKEA'd it.
Yeah. Oh, that was a hike. I've never longed for roller skates so much in my life. Okay. So, can everybody please make
my
me?
schmoozing.
Yo.
Yeah. I'm trying to work out, given the environment, would this come under Streetwise? Which includes, making and using contacts to get illegal goods and contraband, talking to the criminal element, and avoiding bad situations in bad neighbourhoods. Or would it come under conversation? Because this makes a huge, huge difference to me personally.
Which is your better?
Oh, Streetwise by a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say he's not a conversationalist. That takes empathy.
My Streetwise is literally double my conversation.
Oh my.
Okay. It would actually be Streetwise.
Thank God.
And that's not just me saying that.
You wanted to know which one was better, and then you went to look up exactly what it was so you could hopefully make it roll conversation.
You will never have proof.
So, before I interrupted you, you were asking us all for a roll.
I was asking you all for a perception.
Right.
Perception, not human perception. 2 different things.
No.
Perception.
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't specified otherwise, so I assume therefore that I've got my threat detection.
If you don't have your threat detection going here, I want to know where you've
And
got
will
it.
therefore get my bonus on my perception check.
Does this game have fumbles?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
well, it has explosions.
Explodes in both directions. Which is why I'm
Right.
rolling a second D10 now.
Yeah, so
I rolled-
I
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I rolled a 10 and then a 1, so mine's 23, yeah.
Oh my.
Right.
Okay, so my 15 base perception value comes down to a roll of 6.
It's still in positive figures.
Yeah. Oh.
You are a master of the
Strike
terrible
already.
So yours
How?
exploded down, mine exploded up.
How?
Mine didn't explode, I just got around 20.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 19.
Okay. I think
I blame
my-
Steve Jackson. I was rolling using Munchkin level counters,
Ah,
and
okay.
clearly they
Okay.
obviously they're no good at dice.
Okay. I need to alphabetize all of the skills here because I can't find anything. And there's
Yeah.
1d10 or 2?
1d10.
Or 1d10. I haven't.
1d10
I will-
until you get a 1 or a 10.
Okay. So I got an. If I can find my skill, then I will tell you.
Left hand side.
Awareness skills, top left,
One down.
next to int.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So base is 12, so 8. That's 20.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Thank
all on
you.
the ball.
Thank you.
Except for the one that's supposed to be.
Yeah. So, yeah, the guy with situational awareness.
Yep, the guy's trained for this.
You're suddenly experiencing flashbacks to the bad time
No.
you had.
The problem is he found a display of spoilers that he could attach to the van.
Oh my god, Max found houses.
It's actually a clip strip of decals.
Found a really old collection of Eurobeat music.
Yeah, there's also, by the way, I will say to you guys, there is a dark mode likely to be coming, which I've seen on the GM screen, and that's a lot easier to read. So, fingers crossed, that will then get applied to the core rulebook as well, because, of course, they need to relay it out. So, yeah, as soon as that comes down, I'll let people know. But, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, that is the app I linked to you before. That's the point. I need to start following their Patreon. So, and yeah, that you may well find that easier to handle. This is your standard reminder, by the way, that tech skills are technique, not technical, because that's easy to get mixed up. And they are simply things which you can get very good by studying, specifically.
It's
The fact that most of them
particularly
are
easy to get
technical.
mixed up because I think this is the first edition where they've renamed it to Technique.
It is. It is. But yeah, that's why things like painting and drawing come under, because they are technique, they are not technical.
This is the future, so clearly it's like digital drawing.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, there could be retro.
Look,
I mean,
play instrument falls under technique too.
Like,
Does.
in this day and age.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all NFTs.
Oh. Okay. So, right. Things that leap out at you all.
Spoilers.
It's a trap.
Nothing is leaping out at us, because that's pretty violent.
Well,
This is Night City.
Okay. So,
KNIGHT.
Electrum. No. No.
No, that would be Neo Tokyo 2033.
Founded by a guy called Richard Knight. I'm not kidding. I've got the history and everything.
Yeah.
oh gosh.
And it's
Okay.
a free city that has never been part of the US. So,
Okay.
Alright, yeah, it's that day, isn't it?
it is. And it is, in fact, that day as well.
Yeah. It's Happy Treason Day.
Happy 4th of July to all our American companions.
Indeed, yes.
I
I'm still thinking of
honestly,
it being
I guess.
Brexit prototype day.
Yes.
Brexit prototype day. I like that. I like that.
That's, yeah. That's remarkable.
That also bodes not well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's turn down the police sirens, because I'm reasonably sure Night City
For me-
PD are not here.
For me, it's Happy Explosion Day because, you know, all the explosions everywhere.
Please don't do explosions at the moment. Your entire country is a tinderbox.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Missouri is completely wet right now.
Great. All the soggy states can do the explosions and then just broadcast that to the rest of the country. Seem
Well,
fair?
there's plenty of advance warning and the pets can be soundproof.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
I just visions now of pets with audio foam on their heads.
It
And if
works.
it works, go with it.
I have done that. Yeah. Noise cancelling
Oh.
headphones. Yeah.
I need to pick up some noise canceling headphones for Tristan because he doesn't do the noises either, but he likes the fireworks.
Oh, bless. Okay. Yeah, surely everybody knows what fireworks look like these days. You just rerun previous years and tell them you did it.
Yes.
She's got visions of someone coupling this with a gender reveal party. And then just...
Oh.
That happened in New York this year.
Oh, dear God.
No, they detonated a truck, is what happened in New York.
It was still.
And the truck suffered catastrophic failure, causing injury to several persons and damage to several buildings.
All to reveal the sex of a child for a gender party.
The sex of the child who really doesn't care.
No,
Yes.
not at all.
Oh, good grief. Okay, moving on. So yes, as Nigel said, happy 4th of July. Do stay safe.
Right. Thank you.
Yes. So, yes, what you can spot is Electrum. Your eyes are drawn to the Nomad who is sitting on the stairs of the Winnebago, smoking a massive cigar. She is well over 6 feet and wears a bright pink, to match her Winnebago, armorjack and standard Nomad leathers underneath. She is not selling. That's what's getting your attention. She has people wander over to her occasionally, and she's just waving them away.
Okay, well, I'm going to
Also, she's the size of a house, and you're looking for someone called Tutankhamun.
I'm very much getting vibes of that character from Tales of the Borderlands. Is it Vivian?
Don't know the thing, unfortunately.
Own it, haven't actually played
Yeah, it's ditto.
Yeah.
I've been watching Autumn play it, so on the RT channel.
So that's what grabs your attention. What gets... Let's go back up there. What gets Shard attention...
Dandelion.
There, yes, Dandelion, thank you. Attention is a slightly weedy looking guy in tiger claw colours, whose ancestry probably came from somewhere on the Pacific Rim at some point, but he's had so much cyberware on his face that frankly you have no idea what his actual bone structure was. Who is looking a little nervous and has multiple fanny packs slung across his person like bandoliers. Every now and then people sidle up to him and buy little vials from the different bags. He is looking always at all times.
Always at all. So basically what we've got is not a drug mule, but someone who's selling a bunch of drugs and super suspicious of someone stealing from him.
Super nervous.
Yeah. If I was carrying that much...
that heavily cybered, his empathy is -4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly cosmetic wear, of course.
Still,
Yeah.
Okay.
He's had the resculpted cheekbones and everything, so he looks like an anime character.
Of course he does.
Oh, no, because that, like when you see, the CGI anime characters put into live action movies, they always look so horrible. It's
Yes!
the most uncomfortable aesthetic to bring into, real life.
But you know... Sorry, go ahead, Chrono.
And this guy is probably a little look. The anime that he's mimicking is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
He does have eyes which are, you're assuming, not original issue, because they are roughly 1.5 to twice the size that human eyes should be.
I'm getting some Kira feelings now.
He has got legitimately oversized eyes. And as I said, cheekbones up, somewhere around the temple.
He's a JoJo character.
That reminds me of the joke that went around the internet for a bit, where someone actually calculated the size of an eyeball of one of the anime characters and how big socket would have to be on a human skull in it.
And also, he's on his own and he's in Tiger Claw colours. Tiger Claws tend to operate in the eastern side of Night City.
This is the western side?
You are far on the northwest, yeah.
Northwest.
I have been taking notes. I actually remember northwest of the back of the ring.
Yeah. She says, wondering
So
where
he
the
might be.
welcome to Night City is.
He might also be nervous because he's in someone else's territory selling shit.
Could be.
Hong Kong Fooey.
I'm gonna send a message to everyone's agent, being like, we might want to get things done here sooner than later because we've got a nervous tiger claw selling probably drugs at the night market here, and might be infringing on someone else's territory. It's a bit far from where it belongs.
Sending a reply across the agent network. Or we wait until someone aces him and we pick up the surplus.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Practical.
Look, drugs
The word is
are
practical.
they're necessary for medicine.
This is true. As far as it goes.
Lines that are
Well-
technically accurate.
Yes, words have been said that are allegedly accurate.
I'll keep an eye on them, but I just want you to know.
Until we've seen what they're selling, but
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
they don't need it. We could potentially profit.
we could. I'm just worried that we might have something happen here sooner or later that we don't want to get involved in.
Here's where I really wish I could have
Maybe we
afforded the chemical analyzer cyberware.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at it, but it's on the shopping list. So.
Just to give the viewers an idea of where you actually are, I've got it on stream. You guys are on your own. This is Night City. You're already there. You don't need to know. Which is that. Which is that the PCs live in the point where the Glen, which is here, underneath the centre, joins the big pink bit on its left, which is South Night City, and then the light green bit. They live on the three-way joint there. They are currently in the light green bit, which is on the west side of Night City. There used to be more Night City. A lot of it fell into the sea. Because nukes.
A lot of it became the sea when it turned liquid.
Yeah.
Night City, in terms of the coastline, Night City exists whereabouts Seattle used to.
No, San Diego.
San Diego. Okay.
Oh, so there was a Jurassic Park there at one point.
Huh? I have all these events written up. You guys are just going to shop all session, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
What were you expecting when you sent us shopping?
Well, okay, fair.
I mean, we didn't ask to go shopping either. You sent us shopping. This is your
I
fault.
realised that I had kind of been keeping you in the box. You were at the clinic, or you were in the bar, or you were at the dollhouse. But you hadn't actually experienced what Night City's like.
Yeah.
And I thought you might benefit from that, because it's easy to assume it's kind of post-apocalyptic shithole, and it isn't. It's a reconstructing shithole.
Post-apocalyptic shithole that it's not, with the acid rain, the ash windstorms. Sounds pretty post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalypse,
No,
however...
it's post-apocalypse.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Because post-apocalyptic is... It depends on scarcity to a certain extent. Okay, I'm actually going to go off on a slight soapbox here. Because it's not that technology and resources don't exist. They're just really hard to access. So, for example, there are no new... well, there are very few new agents and phones being made. Because a lot of the... what company is it? Oh, yeah. The Samsung works in Korea went up in the corporate wars. So they're only just rebuilding their capacity for production. However,
Plus,
there are
Night
millions
City has
and
no trade
millions. No. Yeah.
It's not a part of the US. It's got no trade deals with anyone.
Yeah.
So
Everything's smuggled in by Nomads.
Everything's brought in by Nomads. And there are containers and containers stuck on roads, stuck on ships that never had anywhere to go, which contain millions and millions of items of consumer goods.
So what you're saying is there could be a ship stuck at an angle in the Suez Canal full of useful containers.
Exactly. There probably is.
Are you ready for the great washing machine heist?
It probably is, and you'll have had Nomads unloading it for the last 20 years. Manually. That sort of thing. So this is where...
With periodic territorial wars for control of said container ship.
So while you've got no innovation in a lot of consumer technology at the moment, there is stuff that still works absolutely fine. I mean, just think, if all you had access to were those bulletproof Nokias for 20 years, everyone would still have mobile phones. You just wouldn't necessarily be wandering around with your computer in your pocket. And that sort of stuff.
This is the point at which we started the game as based out of Rack and Ruin. Hey, you guys, you want to go get us some goods off the coast? Nomad trip.
Yep. Me going for the wrong thing. So it's a weird setting because it isn't your standard everything's gone horribly wrong and everyone's eating each other, but nor is it high tech and shiny and glitzy. Other bits of the world might be, but here got clobbered quite hard. So yes, you think Robinson's been uncanny valleyed? Robinson, blink, please.
What?
Oh right, okay. Just after proof of life.
That timing was so good. He immediately blinked and then looked and said, "What?"
You can't even see me blink because I have glasses that reflect my screen.
I can see you blink.
Yes.
Okay. Nabu. Something that grabs your attention. There are more things around, but these are things that kind of leap out. A guy is up on a literal soapbox, standing on an upturned crate, and is preaching the evils of cyberware, exhorting people around him to rip off their hands and pluck out their eyes, because it doth offend the Lord.
Oh. Okay. Does this person look like anyone I might have seen at Sister Josephine's place?
Right. I would
recall?
like you to make me a human perception check.
Okay, human perception. I actually know where that is.
Yay!
Yay! So that is a 3 plus 9 is 12.
Okay, that is good enough. He is in ecclesiastical garb, but it's not the same as the inhabitants of the Bar Nun.
Okay.
Also, pretty sure the Bar Nun had folk that were cybered up here and there.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. It had quite a lot.
Oh.
Right, no, what he is wearing, or rather what he's saying, leaps out to you as the message of a gang called the Inquisitors, who are an anti-cyberware gang, and they are prone to kidnapping and forcibly purifying people off the streets.
Okay.
They have a long-running beef going with pretty much everybody, but especially Maelstrom.
Ah,
Pretty much everybody. How have they not been destroyed yet?
There's a lot of places to hide in Night City.
Divine intervention.
Yeah. So this guy, this guy is basically doing his soapbox corner bit, trying to get people to rip out their fashion wear and remove your subdermal implants and pluck out thine eyes.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid that.
Yeah, I was about to ask what their opinion is on chair
The
assistance.
chair would be fine, because the chair isn't actually, like, plugged into me, right?
It is. If you're...
Well,
Yeah.
obviously the interface is plugged into me, but the chair itself isn't.
no, the chair is Bluetooth, basically.
Because you don't actually need the interface to use the chair. So,
Yeah, you can either drive it on the joystick, or you can just basically Bluetooth. Or you can
Somehow I
directly
don't-
do a hook.
somehow I don't think the Inquisitors are going to make that philosophical difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was worried about.
Yeah.
So, Nabu will send a message to people's agents as well. Just like be aware that we have a religious nutcase.
I send back, oh thanks, and then I immediately turn up the tattoos that I'm wearing to flash brighter, along with everyone that's playing notes.
Yeah. You can just go ask your agent to do that, because your agent can take care. Your agent can talk to your tattoos.
Yeah.
And,
Nabu will turn down her tattoos. Just a bit, not turning them off. Just,
okay. To a certain extent, this is
I've also got
based.
cyber hair, and it's got all the. It's very colorful and bright and flashy too. So, and twin skin. I think. Yeah.
Okay. What else? So nobody's spotted that yet. Cad.
Yes.
Poking around, you spot a guy who is slightly nervous-looking bloke. Looks a lot like a salaryman. He's actually in honest-to-God shirt sleeves and a tie that's been pulled open because he's sweating all over his shirt.
Oh god.
That's all heck.
Yeah. You can see the small radiators on the back of his shirt are doing like triple duty. He's not having a good day. Who has set up on a couple of folding metal tables. And sorry, I just completely missed that then. Where's it gone? Come here. He has totes both underneath and on top of the tables. With a scratched off logo. Someone's clearly taken a knife or maybe some wire wool to it in an attempt to conceal the logo, but you recognise the Biotechnica tree. Inside the totes are stacked high, and anyone who's worked retail at this point is just going to be openly weeping of clip strips, which are the plastic strips that you attach to the edge of shelves normally, which come preloaded. They've got a little hook at the top, and they come preloaded with their plastic hooks all the way down, and they come preloaded with the little, usually small sachets products, that sort of thing. There are multiple totes here loaded with clip strips, all of which are fully loaded. And because they're all shoved in together, they're all kind of connected and caught.
Oh.
I have never worked retail, but just imagining
Yeah.
Worse than like
Amongst,
tangle.
amongst those
Yeah.
clips, can I see the object that we're specifically here for?
You cannot see anything specific because all of the contents on the clip strips are all in the same size bag. Little baggies with the loop at the top. So it's possible what you're looking for is in there, but you are going to have to do some rooting around. And they have an awful lot of stuff. It's things about half the size of crisp packets is the average size, and they could contain anything from something big enough almost to stretch the bag to a bag that size and an item that size.
Yeah.
It's like somebody blew up a pound stretcher. Shoved it all in a couple of totes.
So I'll send a quick message around the agents. I can see someone that might have what we're looking for. I'm going to go check him out if one of you wants to do, or any of you want to cover him back just in case something goes wrong, because I'm very nervous that the seller and them don't come out to place.
Nabu will go for what good that does.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can start rooting around in these totes. The guy has no sales packer.
Okay.
He's just what you see is what you get. No refunds. You know what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, I need a quantum nanite magnesium interface stick.
Oh,
Preferably a strip of them.
yeah. Yeah. I've probably got some of that somewhere. You carry on looking, and you come find me if you find it.
Electrum basically steps out from whoever's trailer and starts rooting through the bags. And if there's at least two or three of us who are looking,
Yeah, you can have basically one looking underneath the table and two looking on top. Otherwise, you're going to be trading on top of each other. It's like trying to go through comics again. We're at a convention. Yeah, the boxes of comics they have.
Electrum will dig through the bags under the table.
Max.
And well, yes, I have been traumatised by having to put entire totes of clip strips out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Max is going to start talking to the guy.
Hi.
You've got a lot of stuff here, and I noticed it's not very well organised.
No.
So, given that, what kind of deal can you do for us if we just buy in bulk?
You doctors?
Yeah.
Do I look like a doctor?
I'm a doctor.
Some of us are, yes.
No, I don't want any trouble.
So two questions. First question: what difference does it make who we are if you get if you get something for what you've got on offer? Second question: what kind of deal can you do us if we buy in bulk?
Well,
we just take a couple of these totes off your hands and sort out what we've got afterwards. What can you do us?
Well, you're looking at probably he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a wadded up piece of paper and is frantically scanning down it. You're looking at maybe 500 eddies per strip.
Despite not having any clue what any of this stuff is, Max is just going to go into... I can't do it. He's going to start bargaining with this guy. Not based on what the stuff is at all, because he's got no clue what any of it is. But just based on the idea that this is a job lot of random crap.
Yeah.
And he's just going to start trading with him based on that idea.
When you buy the
and getting an idea of what kind of value he might be able to squeeze one of these. Yeah, what kind of value he might be able to squeeze some of this stuff out of the guy. But I do have the trading skill.
Okay. He looks nervous. Make me a trading roll, please.
See, as this goes just as well as my perceptions. Oops. Oh, actually, no, that's rather better than my perception.
Okay.
18.
He seems keen. He seems clearly tempted by your offer of taking everything. And he looks really kind of nervous. Look, man, I've only just set up. Look, for all I know, we could have, like, some kind of mass first aid need or something that might need all this shit.
And I'm here if that happens, and I'll tell you what we need when we need it.
Just...
That'll be a first aid event here. I would assume you wouldn't be looking to charge anyone for use of something in a medical emergency.
Not charge someone. Why?
In a medical emergency,
So you're handling
someone was dying, you'd charge him?
Why would I not?
Shut up a moment, Cad. Shut up a moment. So what you're telling me here, basically, is that you are handling, medical interventions on this scene for the purposes of this night market. If out goes wrong, you're the person who's going to be responsible for getting it all sorted out. Is that what you're saying to me now?
I know shit about medicine.
Because we could take that franchise off your hands, along with the gear, if you're interested. Because we got a couple of high-end, top-flight medics here that could definitely handle any problems.
Look,
we've got an home base, we've got a clinic we can take them back to if they need serious medical attention. We are in a much better position to do this than you are at the moment. So you're opening yourself to malpractice suits, left, right, and centre here.
He
You could be in all kinds of trouble.
His eyes suddenly narrow. Who are you working for?
I'm working for him, points at
Who's
them? Yeah.
Who's CAD working for? Them. Sorry. Who's CAD working for? Who are they working for? So I suddenly know their name. Sorry.
That's none of your business. Sorry, I was suddenly taking his accent. That's none of your business.
That's not even the northern accent. It is contagious.
Infectious.
CAD in order. None of your business. You don't need to know. It doesn't make a difference as to who it is.
Look, it's a little early in the day to be making final deals. Okay, you come see me later. Okay.
Wouldn't you feel much safer if you were back home with all of your inventory cleared out, nice profit made, no more hassle, no more exposure?
I feel like they're blackmailing some poor guy to sell.
They really are.
Yes.
They really are.
Yep, that's not enough. I think blackmailing is a dirty word. We're
tormenting.
Aggressively negotiating.
Aggressively negotiating, perhaps, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
This is a hostile takeover of course.
I think yes, blackmail, not so much blackmail as extortion.
I don't know if we're really extorting him.
He's clearly
I do think
wavering.
you fairly take into account the fact that all of these goods have a diminishing value. They're worth more now than they will be in an hour, and they're worth more then than they will be an hour after that.
Yeah.
So the longer you wait, the less you're going to get for them.
That's maybe.
And if there were a medical emergency that took place, availing ourselves of your wares would be somewhat rushed. There would not be the careful accounting for this item was used and at this cost.
Look, I don't know what any of this shit is. Okay, all I know is I know what it's worth, and I think
So
it's too early in the day.
Have you got a manifest there? Do you know what it's worth? Does that? So have you got a manifest?
The paper goes behind his back.
If we could just see that, then we'd know whether or not you've got what we're looking for. If you're not interested in selling us it en masse, if you don't want to get rid of the whole thing, then we need to know whether you've got what we're looking for. Because if you haven't got it, we'll go and talk to somebody else. So if you've got manifest, that'd be ever so useful.
This is proprietary information.
I'm sure
Listen,
you
Max.
Do you actually know what proprietary means?
Sure.
Go on then.
Is there?
It
Listen, Matt, we're
means...
wasting that time here. If he hasn't got what we're looking for and doesn't want to sell us the whole lot, we'll go and buy from someone else. They can get our cash.
That's fair.
I don't see anybody else who's got this sort of stuff.
I don't see whether you've got this sort of stuff. You won't show us the manifest.
It's
you
just
see the
internal
Indian
codes.
Then show them the manifest. I'm not there.
He
Then show
is
the manifest.
he is
Codes
clearly
mean something to
wavering,
me.
but he's not there yet. He's
Too bad
not
you don't have a
scared
social
enough.
character to convince him.
Underneath the table, Electrum sends a message to those who are there. And you may want, which says you may want to push the Biotechnica angle to get him to agree.
Yeah, anyone who's been looking through the totes, every single product in here is a BT.
I mean,
Of course, if you want... Look, the guy clearly wants to wait for Biotechnica to come and pick up their stuff.
yeah,
Let's not be here when that happens.
I found the most important thing in the night market.
Yay! All the swipe of the world now.
I
Yes.
got some chocolate hobnobs too.
Oh well.
I've gone 110% this time.
Okay.
No,
Can
I'm not going to get help.
Electrum and CAD make me a perception check?
Sure.
Because although Nabu's been doing it as well, they're more
Which
likely
is-
to have spotted it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh dear. That's 16.
Okay. CAD?
20.
Yeah, so make it an 18. So yeah, okay, I'll let you have that. Right, because you're used to looking for it, so your eyes are automatically flicking to it on the packets. Every single item that you have come across in these totes is out of date. It's not necessarily years out of date, but it varies between weeks and months.
Okay.
And well, that we all know that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But some of the stuff in there is sterile. You've got sterile dressings and stuff, and some of that is only guaranteed up to the sell-by date after manufacture. So.
Okay.
Do we really care about those guarantees, though? It's not like we're ever
Yeah.
going to buy a Technica and say, this went wrong!
Okay, is it
It helps get the price down.
Yeah, Max.
true?
Max, can I just point out to you that this guy's looking for a price that's way over the price because they're out of date.
Oh,
This shit's all out of
Now,
date. Everything. Out of
I
date.
already told you that this stuff was losing value the longer it sat here. I hadn't realised it had already lost most of its value. Right, well, in that case, we're going to have to completely renegotiate. So,
What do you mean out of date?
Okay. Pull the tote bag on the desk. Date. 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 Date.
Look,
Rip stuff out. Get further into the bag. Date. Date.
Oh.
Date.
You see a hand pop up from
Another
underneath the
hand
table.
pop up from
Particularly egregious, sir.
last bloody year!
But while I'm pulling stuff out of this bag, do I happen to see anything that vaguely resembles what I'm looking for specifically?
You see a few things in the same category. So, effectively, sort of fuses for some of your cyberware equipment, repair equipment. There's loads of replacement needles, tiny little gas canisters, which are good for one-shot injections, that sort of thing.
Have I come across it? Have I come across the tips? Or
You have not yet come across the
But-
specific item, but there are mixed in with everything from sort of plasters to full-on sterile surgical dressings to tapes to micro vials of assorted antibiotics. It's all sort of. It is basically it's the Poundland first aid kit. Poundland NHS.
I'm sorry, I hadn't quite realised what you'd got here. This is there's no value to any of this stuff. You know, this is all out of date. What you need to do is safely and securely dispose of it according to proper procedures. You can't be silly. You've got to get
I have
Now,
a
as it happens-
in the van.
right? Can
as
I
it happens,
have?
We've got the facilities. We can get rid of this stuff for a very reasonable fee.
Okay, can I have a human perception check, please, from Cad and Nabu and Max?
Yeah, for what it's worth, I'll roll it. My human perception
Because
can't-
Electrum's under the table.
Okay.
At this point, how do most things are most tech devices operate on a Bluetooth base, or effectively
Basically, yeah.
Basis. What I want to do at this point is pulling out my agent. Can I check if he has an agent? The seller has an agent.
Oh, he definitely does. You can see it. It's on his wrist.
Cool. In which case, what I am going to do is very quickly pull up the data spectre for most of this stuff and disposal requirements, and basically forward that to his agent.
Near field communicator. Straight across.
Ouch! Oh, that's catty. I like it. Okay. How did?
Electronic security test.
Yeah, please. How did the human perception come?
15.
9.
Oh, fish!
I've got a 6 human perception. My empathy is 3.
Okay.
Cyberware and people do not mix.
Okay, so everybody except Max. So the other two, he actually goes as white as you possibly can with a San Diego tan.
It's a 21 to hack his device.
Okay, yeah, that's not a problem. Over the whole safe, when Max mentions safe destruction, he goes ever such a funny colour. And look,
hijacked stock on its way to being destroyed.
yep. Yippers. Indeedy. So, those of you who've noticed, what's your next move? So, he's looking quite horrified at this stage. Maybe we can do a deal. Kind of.
Well, I did just say we've got. I mean, my mate there, my employer rather, they run a clinic. So as such, they have got all the appropriate contacts and permits for the safe disposal of medical waste, which this is. So we are in a position to be able to dispose of it for you safely, securely, and according to the proper procedures, and with no further legal ramifications against anybody.
So, can I have a
For a
deceit,
very
please?
reasonable price. Yes.
Where would I find that?
That's the social skill.
You would find that.
But, sorry, what did you ask for?
It's deception, I believe.
Deception.
Deception is. I'm sure it exists. Oh, that's
Maybe
deduction.
game.
Right, this will be.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I just try and.
Persuade.
I've got persuasion.
There's persuasion, there's
It may
bribery, there's
Or
trade.
streetwise, since we are dealing in...
It's going to be streetwise. I think I may be
Okay.
thinking of a different game. Sorry
Good,
about
good.
that.
My streetwise is too higher than my perception, than my persuasion.
Yeah.
So I'll
Okay.
stick with streetwise happily.
Yes,
Okay.
I
That is
have.
a total of 15 on streetwise.
Okay. Let's give him a shot. Oh, for God's sake. 3.
Oh.
Okay. Well, his call is not that good, as you may have gathered. He does have the streetwise skill, but only a little bit. So that's 5. That is a total of 10. Oh well. Look, I can't let this stuff go for nothing. I got my overheads.
I don't think you understand what I'm telling you here. I'm not offering to take it for nothing. I'm saying we'll dispose of it for you for a reasonable fee. It costs you a lot more to get rid of it somewhere else.
Yes. And just to
I
say
mean,
nothing.
it's paperwork, and I'm guessing you have not got the right paperwork. You haven't got any of the permits, have you? So you're going to be bribing people, for starters, so that's going to cost you.
And
Then there's transport.
if you're caught by the people in possession of these
down and is now going under the desk to try and hide the smile.
You catch Electrum rolling his eyes at Max's, but there is a smirk on Electrum's face as well.
Oh God!
All right. You've obviously got in over your head. You've got yourself into a bit of a jam, haven't you? I'm sure we can help you out.
Actually, a slightly broader smile comes over Electrum's face as he then starts sending, since he has an in on the agent, as he sends the legal code, the penalties for Night City Ordinance penalties for improper things, as well as
improper disposal of hazardous medical material.
Yeah, that's available because that's on Night City PD.
As well as subtle bits about if you are caught in possession of corporate.
Can I please have an electronic security roll off you?
Yes.
This is Electrum, because otherwise Night City PD might want to know why somebody is specifically accessing.
Yeah, that's an 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say if that did not work, then Nabu could certainly forward articles and media
That's
highlights.
horrible. You are so cruel to this poor bastard who now needs a name.
Yep, he does, because I was about to ask him what it is.
His name's Gil at this point.
Oh, bless him. Okay,
Gil.
I am going to take a brief bio break to giggle myself silly, and I will be back.
Grab a drink.
I will be back in a mo.
Yeah.
And you can decide how badly you're going to screw this poor bastard over.
We're not screwing him over. We are saving him from future trouble with his employer, with police, with
Max is heading towards multi-classing into Fixer.
Yeah, you did. Back in the mo.
I mean, we might as well take a full-on 10-minute break for everyone.
Yeah, may as well do.
Yeah.
Because we're about halfway through the session-ish.
So yeah, if we take a break at this point. If there is anybody in chat who has any questions and would like to ask us about what we're playing, or the characters, or the setting, or us, or whatever, then feel free to do so. Well, some of us are still here.
I have a question. Why is Max such an asshole? Alright, I'm going on break.
I'm tempted to say because he's from Yorkshire, but
That's fair.
that would be insulting to many of my relatives. And if there is anyone from Yorkshire watching, I apologise, but I can't actually do a Yorkshire. All is quiet in chat. Nobody wants to talk to us.
And you're gonna sit and eat and drink quietly.
I think
Fair
the
enough.
chat might be afraid that you're going to talk them out of what few possessions they still retain, and charge them to take them away.
It's a possibility. It was just such a perfect opportunity. I couldn't resist it. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it was glorious.
It just cried out to be done.
if he hadn't looked so nervous, then it would not have been quite so.
Oh, well,
You know,
Max
pleased
really
with
didn't
this.
know he looked nervous. I mean, human perception.
I feel like we're
based
going to make
things.
him indebted to us and just sort of like treat him via debt.
Well, to be honest,
Yes.
yeah, but where I was going to go next, the next thing is going to be to ask him his name, and yeah, start just being nice to him. At this point. And I was wondering
Oh my
whether
God.
we can, in fact, just take him and the good back to the clinic
Yes. Okay.
and hire him on as an orderly or something.
Okay, so we're starting a cult by breaking down his personality and then building it back up again.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
Max is ex-military. This whole break people down and build them back
Mm-hmm.
up again. It's second nature to him.
That's fair. Okay.
Not that it worked
But-
on him, otherwise he wouldn't have gone AWOL.
Yeah. But if that works, though, you are going to be responsible for taking him out for walks.
I've
and
got to feed
feeding
him and walk him, have I?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, dear.
I can just imagine the next session starting with, have you fed the NPC yet?
Just so long as it's not like Mutant Year Zero, where at the end of every session you roll to see how many of the NPCs have died that week.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was that was a little bit more.
Just a bit.
Yeah, and then identifying how they died. That was my favorite part.
Still a good game, though. I do like
It's okay, NPCs
I like
don't
free
have
leagues
feelings.
games generally.
No,
It's got
like
another Kickstarter reward from Free League this week, actually. They sent out the Twilight 2000 soundtrack. So I've now basically got a soundtrack album, background music for use when playing Twilight 2000. I need to check whether or not it streams it. It was. Because I will be running Twilight 2000 at some point. I'm not sure when. Probably only that we get the physical book sent out, or physical box set up.
At some point, I do want to run a puzzler game because that just appeals to me.
I can.
I don't
I
have
can see that. I can very much
Yes.
see that as well.
a shock, I know, but I just I have no spoons left at the
And
moment.
that is eminently fair. I mean, I know we have suggested Mecton to the. I mean,
Yes.
something in a similar vein, like Teenagers from Outer Space or Big Eye Small Mouth, might even suit.
I know.
To our...
I know he owns Big Eyes Small Mouth. And probably owns Teenager from Outer Space, because I'm sure he was around when it was given away.
There is no comment from Robinson.
Apparently not. He's either ignoring us or just not listening.
I was multitasking and my brain doesn't process noise when I'm doing.
Oh, that is entirely fair. Same.
We were suggesting as alternatives to Mecton for you to run something like Teenagers from Outer Space or Big Eye Small Mouth.
I think I have like the third edition of BSM.
You've got an edition, I'm not sure which one. But I know you've definitely got one.
Oh, BESM.
Yes,
Yes, it's a different game altogether.
Yes, I was thinking that does not meet Twitch's terms of service. Well, depending.
I'm more concerned about if they've like released editions
Depending.
of that. Like,
I mean, look, you're allowed to play Lady Killer in a bind up to a certain point at least.
Okay. I am not familiar with that.
It's a inverted commas dating cinema, but
okay.
which does get very dark, and you can't play it you can't play it natively. You have to use the Stream Safe Christmas Jumpers edition in order in order to stream it on Twitch.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Okay, that was Lady Killer in a Bind. Okay, I have to see the Christmas sweaters if nothing else.
I mean, basically the plot line. I mean, these aren't spoilers because it's the setup of the game. the twin brother and sister, who are one of whom is the boy is very popular, and they go to this this kind of like very snobby kind of like elite school where he confides in his sister that he's not happy there. His sister replaces him at the school, but his sister is very much like the antithesis of him. But she dresses up as she does the 12th night thing, dresses up as him, pretends to be a boy, and then they go on this class trip, which is on a cruise ship, and she starts finding out more things about her classmates, and finding out things about her brother, and she has to very much pretend to be her brother and fight and do the things that he was doing in various relationships in order to figure out figure out the plot line. But some of the stuff does get very darker and very risque.
Good to know.
In a slightly different way to the way that Dr. Doki Literature Club isn't really stream safe for.
Which now has a plus edition that you can buy.
Okay, good to know.
I have no idea what the plus edition actually adds, but you can now buy the plus edition. Okay, so I looked at the list of rule books that I own, and I have Torg, Teenagers from Outer Space, and BSM 3rd edition.
But if you were looking for something straightforward to run, VSM of those is the one that I would suggest.
Teenagers from Outer Space looks like an absolute doddle, I have to say.
I've played Teenagers from Outer Space exactly 2 times, and both times it was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I've never played Big Eye Small Mouth, but I have run some Silver Age Sentinels, which used the tri-stack system that was created originally for BSM. And I will say that system is an absolute doddle. Well, I had to house rule it to make it harder to run, because otherwise it was just a bit too simple for me. And you, stop it.
Oh, but he just wants attention.
No, he wants food, is what he wants. He always wants food, don't you?
Yeah. Well, that counts.
He's never been fed in his life.
No,
No.
never.
No.
Poor starving cat.
He got it the other day. I fed him a can. Fish came in and fed him half a can, and then he was going, I have not been fed. It's
Yeah.
in 20 minutes. You've had double what you're supposed to.
I love that though.
I don't understand this dumb what you're supposed to have. When I eat food, I'll make a meal for 4 to 10 people, and I'll eat half of it.
I did have 3/4 pounders before the stream today.
Oh, I hate you so much. I had 2 sandwiches.
With fake cheese.
No, you're not helping Fish. Okay.
Oh, on a similar line, I found a very interesting recipe for vegan cheesecakes. Which
Oh,
I'm
yes.
tempted to try.
Hello.
Ooh. Yes. That would be fabulous.
I will have to experiment and see whether or not.
You just got the attention of the vegan and the milk allergics in the
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Right.
Are we back on station? Are
Kind
we
of.
back to tormenting this poor fool?
This
Poor
poor
girl.
bastard who is getting wormier and wormier by the second. He's just shrinking.
Luke, what's your name?
Carl.
Now I'm going to have that video series stuck in my head with Lara called Carl.
Okay. We don't want to make trouble for you, obviously, but you do seem to have got yourself into a bit of a jam here. And maybe there's a way out of it. Seems to me that you've got all this out-of-date hazardous material that needs to be properly disposed of, and you don't have the permits, you don't have any of the licenses. So what you need to do is affiliate yourself to an organisation that does have the permits and does have the licenses and can properly dispose of it all. So, what I'm suggesting is this. You bring all this gear, and you come along and you do some volunteer work at the clinic over at Rack and Ruin, and then we dispose of it all neatly for you.
I have a job.
You get to do something good for the community and feel good about yourself.
And we don't turn you in.
Right, can I please have a perception check from Max, who is the one who's been closest to this poor bastard?
Just a regular perception.
Just a regular perception check, yes. It's to do with the piece of paper he's been gripping and hiding behind his back.
You had to ask me for my best skill, didn't you? Twice in this game you have asked me for my best skill, and twice I have rolled a 1. So this time, however, I rolled a much lower number on the second die, so I got a 12 this time.
That's actually enough. You don't know if that's if that's him or that's who he's stolen the paper off. But signed off at the bottom of the page, which is just a list of numbers, of inventory numbers, is Joe Capronelli. Which is printed as in handwritten by somebody who's got bad handwriting. Because, it's common knowledge. Biotechnica is an Italian company. In the same way that Arasaka is Japanese. You don't have to speak the language in order to work for them, but the corporate culture tends to be Italian first.
The corporations are all extra-national.
They're all extra-national, yeah.
It's extra-national with an Italian culture.
Yeah. All the high-ranking execs all speak Italian, and that's one of those. If you want to progress in the company, it is like you better learn Japanese if you're working for Saka.
I'm just going to quickly put in a search on my agent, just purely out of interest, for Joe Capronelli.
Biotechnica.
Yeah. Joe Capronelli Biotechnica. Just put that into the search terms and let it run. Obviously not showing him what I'm doing.
You are running into proprietary information, and that's literally what your agent says.
Okay.
It does give you half a dozen.
Page somewhere.
Yeah, no, it does give you half a dozen references to Joe Capronelli. Including some pop media of someone who might be this guy but with a hell of a lot more cosmetics, performing karaoke classics on one of the pop media basically open mic gigs. Pop medias they could be anything from interview programs, music programs. They're any kind of sort of the local cable of this world, because anyone can break into a pop media frequency in the data pool. So they often find themselves competing for slots. But it's desperate for content. Like City wants... Yeah. It's like TikTok if TikTok went out on ITV. So free screen. Essentially. But there's some shots that could be him. Just labelled J. Capronelli.
Luke, it's your call, Joe. You've not got what we're looking for, obviously. And we've got to get on, we've got things to do. If you want us to give you a hand getting rid of this, just give us a yell. We'll be round the market for a little while yet.
Okay, I would like you to make me a trading roll.
A trading roll?
Yeah.
One of under social.
15 on the trading.
Okay. One of his videos, by the way, it does beg you to tell him what is the way to Amarillo.
Oh.
To a synth pop beat.
Oh dear.
Yep. Chiptune.
Oh.
So he looks slightly stunned and a little bit scared, but he sort of stands there and watches as you walk off. It's like he's been hit in the face with a large herring. You saw the expression the other day when we were watching Iron Sky, Fish. Yeah, you know that scene. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Waves do tend to have that effect on people.
Yeah. So, as you walk away, Max, it's before anybody else is doing anything, you get a tap on the shoulder.
Curse my inability to roll combat awareness. I will turn and look.
There is a woman standing behind you with slicked back blonde hair, biker leathers covered in sponsor logos, and what looks suspiciously like a corporate suit jacket slung over the top, and knee-high boots. And she's grinning.
Can I do something for you?
Yeah, you can come have a drink with me and tell me how badly you wanted to mess that guy up. He's going to be in therapy for a month.
Okay, I'm going to sort of glance back over and see what the others are doing, whether they are still rooting through his stuff or whether they are moving on or what.
If Tad has started to move away, like if the group has started to move away, then
once it's determined there's nothing there,
Yeah.
in disgust, I'm putting everything back where it was. Your
And-
problem, mate.
Okay,
Nabu-
conceivably there could still be something in there, but if you're giving up for now,
It's going to be there all day.
yeah.
Yeah. And now that apparently Max has been chatted up, potentially by someone, Nabu is going, "Hmm," and giving him one of those slightly, I know what's going on here look, but even though she probably doesn't, but still. Hmm.
Well, I'm sure my associates can find what they're looking for without me, so
Cool.
I can spare you a few minutes.
Step into my office.
And the party splits further.
She
Yeah, but in fairness,
started
Max is
it.
the one member of the party who can afford to split. He's the only one with any combat skills.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can shoot people with my mouth.
She.
Well, that is deadly. Also, phrasing, please.
Can I please have a performance check off Dandelion?
I
Since you
suppose.
have been performing.
Play instrument.
Nice. Uh, 14 plus 12 is 26.
Okay. Yep. You've got into a dueling banjos version of Another One Bites the Dust.
Oh,
Nice. Oh god, yes.
oh,
Brilliant.
that is magnificent.
Okay, and one of
Are
the
we?
one of the mariachi guys has ditched his instruments, taken a step back, and is actually recording the U2 on his agent.
Excellent. I'm also recording us on my audio recorder.
Okay. Fish.
Yeah.
The blonde woman that leads you over to one of the pickup trucks and hops up, looking completely casual. When she's sitting on the flatbed of the truck, she's about on eye line with you, and it's then she sticks out her hand. Coral.
Max.
So
Sorry, he didn't quite hear what you said there. So, although I responded in character,
Yeah.
out of character, could you repeat it for me?
she introduces herself as Coral.
It's like Kendall, except under the sea.
Oh.
That's a fun sight better than the joke that was on taking my tongue.
Oh.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, I mean, I've done one niche joke already. So
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
I'll just hope that she doesn't ask you to draw a match.
Ouch.
Oh.
How did
Kid
I
wasn't a
end
friend of yours, was he?
Oh, no.
I mean,
No, hardly. I mean,
don't want to tread on any toes, you know, but he had some right rubbish there that he was trying to unload, and
yeah, he's also got some fairly high value stuff that could equip several clients in the area for a little while. So after
you
you've
don't know that,
terrorised, but after you've terrorised him a little more, and taken what you want, I might be able to find a market for the leftovers.
well, now we might be able to work on that.
Proper disposal.
As you
I mean,
are,
you know,
sorry.
if you were to come in and rescue the poor kid from the big bad man making his life rather unpleasant at the moment, then we could both benefit, couldn't we?
Could do indeed. As you are talking, she has 3 people wander up to her, trying to catch her eye. And her agent keeps vibrating. Periodically, she's just typing, 1 or 2 letter responses. So, I don't know you.
No, well, I'm fairly new in town.
Yeah, I know. You must be, because I don't know you.
Oh, I see. Like that, is it?
Yeah. It pays to keep track of the little fish.
Oh, well done. Well
I'm
done.
not entirely happy about being termed a little fish, but I'll take it just this once, because you're being so polite otherwise.
Yeah. Well, you're not in a swarm, let's say.
You're mixing your metaphors now.
Mm-hmm. Beer?
Isn't that powerful?
Look, actually, I mean, if you do know everybody, like you say,
Most people.
we might be able to do some business. Because it happens I'm in town for a reason, and I do need some information about some folk. And obviously, I don't know yet whether I can trust you. We've only just met. But
True.
maybe if we keep in touch, when I've got a better feel for who you are, I might be willing to put a little work your way with regards the obtaining of information regarding the location and identities of certain persons.
You're after a hunt down.
Now, you might think that I could not possibly confirm or deny either way.
Just one moment. A young woman with her hair coming out in clumps comes bustling up to her and hands over a large squashy plastic bag that smells like the sea. I don't want it anymore. Well, I'm not sure I want it either. Please, he died for it. I'll look into it. It's fine. Leave it with me. And yes, there'll be a finder's fee. I don't care about the Eddies. You're the only one who doesn't. Just find them, okay? And the girl thrusts this bag at Coral and goes stumbling off. Doesn't look at all well. Now that's one I have no idea what to do with. Well, not yet, anyway.
Not going to ask. None of my business.
What is your business? Oh, and yes, beer. She passes over a bottle from a cooler behind her. It is German.
I say, impressive.
And from a tote box behind her, on the other side, she roots around for a moment and pulls out an apple. Actual, honest-to-God apple.
Well,
Beckish?
mostly I do security. I say security. Preemptive security, should we say.
Preemptive security. I like preemptive security. Preemptive security is useful and means you have less clean-up afterwards.
Aye. That's kind of the idea. That's the people who trained me for it. That's what they had in mind. Minimum cleanup, minimum exposure,
And
maximum deniability.
you considering that's a street name?
No, I'll stick with just Max.
Works.
No,
for me.
that's not what I do for a living anymore. I left their employ a while back for personal reasons and come to Night City, but a man's got to make a living and he's got to put food on the table, got to buy kibble somehow.
You're going to eat that
keep
apple.
buying choo-choo for the van. So, yes.
Fair.
So, even though that's not necessarily my preferred mode of work, it is what I know how to do, and I will take any jobs that come my way. But I'm looking to shift a bit. To be honest, I want to do something that involves less guns.
You want to move into directing, yeah?
That's an excellent way of phrasing it. Aye, that fits nicely.
I might have something for you.
I want to be the other side of the camera for a while.
I can entirely get behind that. Again, another couple of people come up and she pulls out, without really looking, things like a bundle of chips, for one, who then makes her a transfer. Another couple of apples, weirdly, presented to a bloke who bundles up and shoves them in his pockets like he's pocketing, half a kilo of synth coke.
I mean, that makes sense. They're freaking apples.
Most of the people who are coming up to her look like civilians. There's a couple of people who you're guessing are edge runners. But most of them are civilians, occasional salarymen. No execs, nothing like that. But they come and they go, and she's carrying on a conversation with you while simultaneously doing biz.
Yeah.
With both hands.
Max is politely not looking at any of the people that she's doing biz with. Well, obviously assessing every single one of them to the best of his abilities.
Yeah. I thought coral was appropriate. Eventually all the little fish do come flitting round and you can make a good living.
Makes sense.
Hey, if Max gets that apple, can he save the core and the seeds for me?
Oh, he was planning on it. Not for you, but he was planning on saving it. Someone will buy it.
Yep. But
we need to make more apple trees.
Yeah, over the next 10 minutes or so, she has things like a half basket of what looks suspiciously like strawberries, but little basket, deposited in her cooler, which she pays quite an extortionate rate for. Or at least more extortionate than you would pay for strawberry flavour sealables in the local bodega. Those are mine, by the way. They'll never survive being transferred. Preemptive security. Are you any good?
I could say yes, but you still wouldn't know.
True. New in town, need of eddies.
Always.
Yeah.
Eddies and info, and without the eddies, I'm not getting the info now, am I?
Well, no, that's a good point. I tell you what. And your agent pings.
Okay.
That's my dates. Got yours. And
Cool.
just while you're hanging around today, keep an eye back here. It's conceivable I might have a preemptive security issue.
Well, if you do, it so happens that you know someone who's now.
It's too damn hot to start hiring a living bodyguard. I cannot be asked.
How much notice is there likely to be of this preemptive security issue?
Should be fairly obvious if it happens. Probably posturing time. Maybe a bit of shouting.
Right. I'll nip back to the van and change them.
I was going to say, what are you wearing?
He's wearing his, for want of a better term, civilian gear, because he's going shopping. He's not on a mission. He wears the armor jack when he's on a job.
Fair enough.
It's literally the only time he's wearing the armor is when he is on a job.
Whereas Electrum is wearing his armor at any time he is outside of the rack room.
He's far more sensible than Max is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Electrum doesn't leave the rack and room very often.
Dandelion needs to wear it whether he's in the rack and ruin or outside, because he's up on stage all the time.
Although wearing my civic gear, I might not be wearing the high tops because of the ashfall this morning. There's going to be a lot of goop around, and it takes forever to get them clean. So he's probably just wearing his combat boots.
Yeah, it's now
but
gone to
otherwise,
dust.
he's in his goodies.
It's now largely just dust, the mud.
Yeah, but he was out and about earlier while it was still muddy, so he
That's
probably
fair.
hasn't bothered to change back to the high tops.
God, I hadn't noticed the time. How have you spent almost an entire session shopping?
Oh,
We
don't
haven't
worry.
got
We're
anything
going
yet.
Tormenting people.
Yeah. Tormenting people, making jokes.
Yeah.
The usual in-place play.
Yes.
Okay.
We haven't even bought
You
anything.
don't-
Nabu would like to at least buy some street food. Maybe some fried pickles or something.
pickle flavor kill.
Oh, I could afford an apple.
Are any of the nomads here from the same clan that Talk is?
Sorry, from the same clan as
Same clan as Talk?
Talk being one of your contacts, isn't it?
Yep. One of the contacts.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, come
Did you note
That's
down
one
what
more
clan
month.
they were?
I didn't give them a name because I
Okay.
thought it'd be better for you.
Right, that's not a problem. Let's give them a chance of. Okay. The answer is yes. Most of the nomads here are actually Aldecados, which is one of the bigger families.
I misheard that for a moment. I thought that this place was being run by avocados.
Which are the ones who, if you watch 2077 playthroughs, that's the one that you're dealing with primarily. But by that point they're very much more of a fallen force.
Never change, doesn't it?
I was more impressed that you knew exactly what one it was, because there is quite a few items on my shopping list. I just
Yeah.
found the most expensive one to check.
And yet, I
You
don't
shouldn't be
know.
so predictable.
At least, on the topic of this, I'm assuming that the leg attachments for the chair can't be used simultaneously.
They can't be used simultaneously, but they can be installed separately. What are
Yeah,
you
but
after?
it's not like I can use the wheels to go faster while also climbing a wall using the grip.
You cannot grip the walls with your wheels, no.
You don't have
Well,
grip wheels.
Yeah.
Grip wheels are a thing you need to invent.
Yeah. Basically, the wheels, at the push of a button, they exude they exude something that allows you to climb the wall.
Regular tire tread, they've got octopus suckers on the end.
See, I was thinking more technological in having just monofilaments that stretch out of the tires and attach to the wall as it goes up.
Idle wheels.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
But before he goes back to the van and swaps into his armor jack and conceals a submachine gun under it,
Right.
Max has one last question.
Shoot. So to speak.
You don't happen to know anybody else around here who's dealing medical supplies, do you?
She pulls up her agent and has a whispered conversation. You get the feeling it's not necessarily she's trying to hide information from you, it's more just a habit to speak subvocally. No one else has specifically come in. There's some straight cyber tech, but I think that was taken off some guys who didn't need it anymore. What are you looking for?
Some sort of a quantum mercury tip nonsense. I don't really know this stuff, to be honest. Yeah, I can find out. I can forward it to you, the right name, and if you know anybody who can help, obviously, mine is free, naturally. But,
Right, give me a minute. The quantum nonsense. Quantum mercury nonsense.
hang on, I'm going to call CAD.
Okay.
I'm the agent.
Yellow.
CAD, mate, what is it we're looking for?
Quantum nanite magnesium interface.
You were actually officially genuinely breaking up there over the call, so even though Max probably would have asked you to repeat it anyway, I still need you to repeat it.
It's a quantum nanite magnesium interface chip.
Quantum nanite magnesium interface chip. I've still got no idea what it is, but I'm putting out feelers for you. I'll let you know if I find one.
She starts typing into her agent, and you are after specifically the Biotechnica brand?
Oh, I think just one will work.
Okay. Give me a few. Right. By the time you are 4 paces towards the van, your agent goes off.
Agent.
The scared boy probably has some look for code, and there's an 11 character alphanumeric on this manifest.
I will forward that information to CAD.
Thank you, Ashley.
Somebody has various micro databases downloaded to her agent. Because she has a better fixer rating than a starting PC.
Yes. Especially a starting PC who's just so low.
Yes. Yes, she does rather have a higher than 4 operator. So...
But I think that if I spend some time talking to her, it would give me a justification by operator number 1.
Yep, absolutely. You can ask for a quip. And now if it goes wrong and it starts shorting out, is that quiplash?
Yay.
Sorry, not sorry.
No.
Oh dear. Okay, right. So to avoid boring the arse off the viewers, let's spin on slightly too. Max can go get changed.
Yep.
The van is still intact, although the far side has been tagged. The side away from the market has been tagged.
You mean the side away from the market? I drove into the market. I distinctly remember saying I was driving into the market.
Yep.
The side furthest away from me, though.
It's actually labelled as Wagyu beef sucks.
Okay.
All right. I think I've still got some black left. I'll fix it when I get back.
This is in strobing neon paint, nicely iridescent. So as you move, the
What I'm
drips.
talking about when I get back, everything I own is in this van. I'm
Yeah.
going to change into my light armor jack,
Uh-huh.
conceal my SMG underneath it,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to start spraying over the tag.
I'm so sorry, by the way. I've just given Shard a mariachi band to Shadow.
Also, does Fish's conversation, or does my conversation with Max happen before or after I managed to assess the Nomads?
Comes after.
Okay. The plan was, if Talk's lot were there, I was going to see if they had a lead on anyone that might have particular offer.
Okay. There is indeed one pickup that's showing the same tags as Talk's.
Electrum comes with you because he's
Yeah.
leaving. He's definitely not being out on his own.
And yeah.
I think you said you were 5'6", so just a little bit taller than you, but fairly big in terms of shadow. A, because Cad is a bit of a unit, and B, they've got a backpacker.
Yeah, and
Plenty of shadow.
Nabu will follow along, partially to provide backup, partially because she doesn't necessarily feel safe being here alone either.
So, what's Hideo doing?
What do you mean, is it obvious? I'm looking at railguns.
Oh!
Okay. There is only one person who has heavy weaponry. And it's a very slight woman packing a shed load of cyberware. Who looks like somebody is permanently pissed in her chips. And she has a row of various things. She's got a couple of rocket launchers, no rockets. She has 2 cyber legs mismatched, but both in the foam packaging. So, comfortingly, that probably isn't second user. Probably. But you know, you can shrink wrap.
Are they Rocklin Dynamics labeled or?
It's hard to tell from this one. But the cyber arm is definitely a knockoff. Looks like it will probably still work, but it's definitely not the quality it's claiming to be with the printing on the shoulder.
It's from Microsoft.
It's kind of the Wish version.
Oh!
Okay, then that's almost certainly not what Electrum will want.
Yeah. And yep, she has indeed got a railgun.
Wow, can you imagine someone actually having something?
Yep.
You did this deliberately because you knew I can't afford it. I can't even keep touch it. I'm that poor.
It's just you're going to be fanboying, aren't you?
It's that Wayne World moment.
Yes.
One day she will be mine.
It's more like I've got to work out like roughly how long a railgun is so I can prepare the over-the-shoulder mechanism and start designing it in my head.
Are you seriously going to walk up and ask for the tech specs?
I could just see him. Say, is it possible to get this on layaway? How many installments would that be?
It's not so much the tech specs because he can find the tech specs on in the data. What he can't do is actually gauge. He needs a visual inspection in order to actually determine the legit.
You look at one in person before you buy it on eBay. That's the way it works.
Fair enough. So, okay. She looks down at you from the back of the flatbed and is currently, she has the railgun up on her shoulder. It's got a padded cutout because it's longer than she can cope with.
They have good taste though.
This the cutout is kind of that long, and her shoulder is about that long. So it's kind of, you get the feeling that's designed to be wielded by a Borg conversion. A full
that means
body.
It's perfect for over the shoulder on a chair.
Yeah. Or someone with a linear frame, external linear frame, can do it.
A chair could count as an external right?
God, I've got visions of you combining a chair and an external linear frame, and now I'm scared.
So
Frankly.
you'll come
The
like,
idea
in a
has
few
real
weeks,
merit.
you'll come to start the session, and my chair will have 8 legs. Because I've like attached a chair to the chair.
I wouldn't put it past you.
The actual chair part of the second chair has been removed so that it can store ammunition and stuff.
I mean, honestly, it's not a bad idea because then you'd actually have some more cool. That's some style there.
Does that count as opposed to wardrobe and style?
You do realise, by the way, if you pay attention to what your agent tells you you need to wear every day, because it will keep track of trends for you, you get +2 to wardrobe and style. But only if you wear what it tells you.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
Then
know.
from now on, I need you at the beginning of each day to tell me what my agent is telling me is the current style.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there a table for that as well?
No, but it does want you to wear different things each season.
Okay.
So you need a different wardrobe.
You have the weather table, and you also have the trending in Night City table.
Hey, look, I am willing to ask for it, to be honest. I am willing to go with that.
Yeah.
What is trending at any given time in Night City? I like.
Pretty
Yeah.
decent supplement there.
That would
is
actually.
That would. Yes.
Yeah, you could make use of the fashion tables that are already there. And
Yeah.
Expand them a bit, mess around,
Yeah.
get something good.
Yeah. Out
It's
of,
very cool to wear hats at the moment.
it always is. Yes.
yes,
Yeah. Out of character, I would love to see that supplement. Nabu is not going to be worried about that though.
now I kind of want to write it.
Why don't you write
Cool.
it up and then you can just email it to them and they'll be like, yeah, sure, we'll publish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. Tempting though that is, but they do have a FanWorks program, of course.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. Job list just got longer. So,
It doesn't have to be Night City. It could be a set of generic tables for any Cyberpunk game. It could
True.
apply just as well to Seattle and Shadowrun.
more waterproofing in Seattle.
Although there might be some slight... Certain entries would need to be interpreted slightly differently depending on what game you're actually playing.
True. Okay. So,
Less of an 80s vibe in Shadowrun.
so Robinson, the girl, apparent girl, let's go with that.
The entity that is
Yeah,
running the shop.
she's got that slightly. That's girl, as in not really grown up. She's got that slightly weedy teenage thing going on, but she's also clearly highly cybered, so that's a deliberate choice. Glances down at you. Bye.
Wait, was that fine, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just double checking because it was really quick and I was like, I think I heard that right, or did the thing cut out?
Sorry. She has quite an abrupt manner.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to double check I didn't miss like a second word or something that was attached. No, I can't afford anything, so I'm just window
Wrong
shopping.
answer. The right answer is... depends.
No.
Always depends.
I can't say that. That would require me to have social skills.
Oh.
In that case, ignore the social skills then and go purely for the technical element.
Yeah.
Ask, what's the resistance rating on the superconductor loops?
I haven't got my tech notes up the table over at the moment.
Do not make me tech stuff you.
Honestly, all you really got to do with technobabble is sound like you're technobabbling.
I don't even remember what the magnetic principle railguns work on anymore. I think it's like, it begins with an L.
Crap, I'm gonna have to look it up now. Damn it.
I don't know why you guys are looking up actual things for playing a not real game.
But we're trying to
Playing a
play
game
it
in which
properly.
cyberware was available 8 years ago.
Right, exactly.
And
So,
8 years
like,
ago, our time.
yeah.
True. Okay, you can tell me the induced magnetic field from a current carrying wire, but that's not actually what I was looking for. Okay.
I can't find what the term is for the...
However, I have just found the Wired page on how does a railgun work. Okay.
Okay.
So, you looking for anything in particular? Captain Penniless?
Oh. That hurts.
I don't think I quite qualify as a captain. I'm just into...
Okay, Ensign Penniless.
Much better. I like ensigns. Best character in Voyager was an ensign. But I'm just here to peruse at the railgun because I've been intending to purchase one in the future.
You're gonna need some servos. She doesn't let her face show any expression. It's possible she just doesn't show any expression.
I'm now imagining firing a railgun and the chair falling over backwards.
Oh.
Yeah, just like, can someone bug me?
Oh.
Actually, given the layout of legs when you're firing, it's unlikely that it's going to tip you, but it will push you back.
I mean, just tangentially in Voyager, in this world, you never got past Next Gen Season 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a
Ooh.
good point.
there's some good stuff in there, though.
Oh.
Yes, you're going to need servos, and probably you're going to need additional feet.
Ah, I found it. It's called Lorenz Fall.
That was it.
I knew it began with an L.
Yeah. I nearly fell down a plasma railgun loop, the rabbit hole, and that's just not where you want to be, because I'm not giving...
Burn.
I am in no way, shape or form giving Robinson access to a plasma gun.
They
Oh.
exist. I don't want one. Plasma's boring. There's no rule of cool in plasma.
It's a plasma...
Nah, it's too...
Did you just say that plasma has no rule of cool?
Nah,
More importantly, he
not
just said
interesting.
plasma is boring.
Yeah.
Plasma is just a state of matter. It's boring.
Not
I have a
my
gas
God.
cannon.
it's boring until you fire it out of a railgun.
Yeah, this is specifically a
Anything is
plasma
interesting
railgun.
once you use magnetic force to propel it at high speed towards
well-
someone you don't like.
As well as the magnetic force and coolant you will require in order to keep the plasma from burning through everything else.
Look, I'm kind of with Robin on this. I mean, plasma is a dime a dozen. We're all filled with it, so it's everywhere.
Well, that's going a
Like-
whole different direction.
That's a
Oh,
very
yeah.
different definition of a plasma gun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we saved that one for World of Darkness.
Yes. Perhaps it's not the matter itself, it's more the application of the matter that is important, and I would not classify plasma guns as boring, personally.
Right, my Kai has a point there.
Sorry. Yes. Okay, that is... Yes. No rule of cool, but still not boring. Yes.
Give me a zero state cannon, then we'll talk. I will
I'm,
freeze my target.
Oh.
How
I'm
about a point
assuming...
singularity weapon?
No.
Oh.
See now,
No, we are
I
not
do
making him
think-
Megatron. No.
I love being
Oh.
weapons, but I do not like causing the apocalypse.
What's that line? I've never met anyone capable of ending the world before. Yeah, you're going to need bigger feet. Servos.
I'm going to need to be like one of those construction vehicles that has like the pop-out legs.
Yeah, that would do you.
Going to turret mode.
If I still had access to my family, we would have. I'd be able to get you in with the rock for construction vehicles.
This is actually an in-character thing. She is making that assessment. That's not just me.
Very useful. Can I keep them?
Sorry?
They're a useful person.
They can be a contact if you want to. First of all.
Yeah, you have to ask.
Also, they might get a job done here or there.
The first thing to do would be to ask their name.
Oh no, social interaction.
I know.
I don't think my character's that bad.
Well,
Oh
and
no,
that's
they are pretty bad.
but that's why you program your agent to handle all that for you.
Hey, look, there's no wrong or right time to ask someone's name. Dandelion hasn't asked the other musicians their names, and they haven't asked him his yet. They're just playing and jamming together. We'll talk about names afterwards.
Maybe. I've met enough musicians to not entirely be sure about that. Names are irrelevant.
We gotta go have a couple of beers afterwards.
Would I need more?
Sorry?
I'm just thinking, like, if we're going for, like, making it look cool while also functional, but mainly making it look cool, I'm just thinking if, like, having a fold-out leg on the back would be enough, or whether I'd need, like, the whole sort of...
Are you just speculating this, or are you actually discussing it with her?
I was originally just speculating, but let's go with discusser.
A fold-out would be more stable, certainly. You can't really anchor yourself, because, you know, compressed air to shoot bolts into the floor would be the ultimate stability, but getting up and moving again would be a pain in the ass afterwards.
So I get to attach pile bunkers to the
I'm not going nowhere.
You really don't want to be mobile, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's fine for one shot, but you know if you have to move, then screw it afterwards.
So I need reloadable, detachable pile.
She puts down the railgun she's been playing with, leans down and puts her hand out. Squirrel.
Is this a handshake?
This is a handshake.
A handshake.
So
Probably
I'm
never
going for
seen
the
one before.
handshake then. And I'm assuming that was her name.
Yes.
Okay.
She has, by the way, she doesn't have tattoos. She has synth skin with disruptive pattern material patterning up to the shoulders.
I love the fact that Hideo actually asked, "Is this a handshake?" before taking the hand.
Because you know that was in character.
Yeah.
That line was definitely in character.
Yeah.
Well, you never know with people.
This is true. I know, and I don't know if Nabu is too tightly run to have adopted Hideo, but Molly definitely is. Because that's just adorable. I'm sorry.
She pulls out her agent and starts sketching on the screen with a stylus.
I really like this person.
As she hits a button in the corner, it converts what she's done to blueprint form. So you're looking more at that sort of shit. And holds it out to you.
I really like this person.
Oh. Nomad Tech. Hi.
It got really cold because the sun went down. So I closed my curtain, but now like all the heat's staying in my room, so I started sweating.
Okay, so yeah, you can indeed chat with her for a while, and she will end up giving you her details for contact purposes, and you can shoot blueprints back and forth at each other. She's a stupid tech head.
Excuse me, you can't be stupid and a tech head.
No, she is a stupid tech head. She's ever so keen, but she's also not selling you anything on spec. You know, you make enough money, you can come back and we can talk. So far, though, everything's hypothetical.
Well, I mean, that's fair enough. I wouldn't, like, I do tech work myself. I wouldn't, you know, give someone a blueprint.
Okay. Right. So, let's move on then to CAD. Yes. The truck with the pickup with a turtle on the side, which is the logo of Torx Clan. Possibly maybe in New Mexico.
As soon as I see one of them, I'll say, let's talk around.
Not this one.
Damn,
Need some help?
possibly. Not from Talk specifically. I know Talk from ways back. Odysseus. I'm actually in need of a small medical cyberware piece of kit, and also some edits. So if you're looking for a medic, I can help you out there if there's way. But specifically, I'm looking for quantum nanite magnesium reflective. If you happen to know how to get them.
We haven't got any on the loadout this time. No actual med tech. I saw some little shrimp. I think he's got one, but he's got a gazillion of them.
Yeah, he's also about as organised as something that ain't organised.
This is true.
And nervous as hell. Which
Yeah.
makes me worry about the stuff. So I was hoping to go somewhere else first.
Yeah. Well, we offered to take it off his hands, but
So good.
he was a little nervy. Bless him. I don't think he wants to take it back.
No, well, we've got our theories about that. Listen, the offer's still there. If you're looking for a med tech, give me a holler.
Cool.
I'll run out the Rack and Ruin, then sign it, give me fun.
Excellent.
So knows if you have a chat with Thor, she'll vouch for me.
She introduces Sparks.
Nice to meet you.
Ditto. Exchange of deets.
Absolutely.
And yeah, please note down that you have Sparks, Nomad, and I will decide on the family name later.
Interesting, you spot the I was thinking of before I went to school.
Right. Nabu, you're sort of bimbling around loose, aren't you? Are you actually filming any of this, you know, local colour, that sort of thing?
That's actually might as well. I have the memory chips, so
It's a very media
right.
thing to do.
Yes, because you never know when the footage will come in handy.
Yeah.
And also for documentation, especially with the gang person before the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
Is that person still?
Yeah. Oh God, he's
ranting?
still going strong. He hasn't had any water since he started, and now sweat is literally pouring off him. You can tell that his very pale face is not his natural demeanour because there are tracks in the makeup running off his forehead. So yeah, you can be filming around there. As you are doing so, a stressed young woman with bald patches all over her head sidles up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You report her.
I am
If someone asks you if you are a god, you say yes.
I'm trying to find a fancier way of saying reporter. I'm a purveyor of information to those who need it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you're a reporter. You tell the truth of stories, yeah?
That is indeed what I do. Yes. Is this something I can do to help you?
Yeah, it's too hot. It's been a long day. I think I have a story.
Mhm.
Can we meet somewhere private? Cooler?
Certainly. Now or later?
No, later.
Later.
She
Okay,
runs her hand over her head, and more hair just comes away in clumps.
Okay. Well. Okay. I think Nabu would like to send her the information for the bar nun and arrange to meet there tomorrow at a time of the shining woman's convenience.
That's safe, is it? Right. Okay.
I have the utmost faith that it is safe. Yes.
My name's Natasha.
Natasha. Yes, and Nabu.
Glad to meet you. I hope you can help. I hope you can. I'm not sure if anyone can.
Well,
but it's too
there
hot.
is.
I can't do this today.
I understand certainly. Have you been staying hydrated? Do you need?
Yeah, water's not the
Did you?
problem. And she just burst out laughing.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And stumbles away.
Out of character, I'm assuming this is the same person who had the bag that smelled like the sea.
Yes.
Okay.
Would seem that way, wouldn't it?
Squashy bodega
Yeah.
bag. It is literally a bodega bag. Because Max saw it tied at the top.
Just for a fraction of a second, I thought this person had a really strange name. Is this the same person? Yes, this is Squashy Bodega Bag.
Okay.
That's a very Judge Dredd name.
That's a very Judge
That
Dredd
is a
name.
Mega City 1 name. Is this a case when
finds
Boo
them
beats
dead
up with the
in the meeting
person and
place.
finds them dead in the meeting place? I can say no.
Okay. Yes. The reason I suggested the bar nun was that I did not necessarily want to give out my hangout details.
So you're sending this vulnerable woman to a gang house.
Well, I intend to be there well in advance.
Okay. So, Electrum, are you going to beard the only person who is so far your only guess as to who might be Tutankhamun?
Not on my own. I'm not. I'm going to wait until Cad has finished talking to the Nomad contact.
Cad's convo being over.
Look, I step up next to them. Since we are waiting, I think I have a line on who Tutankhamun might be. Yeah.
Lead on. Right with it.
Thank you. No, I actually didn't say anything, just nods. And then he moves forward very slowly, very deliberately, and heads towards the Winnebago, tapping away on his agent as he does so.
I'll follow close by, hand hovering near side arm if needed.
I do anything for you?
He holds up his agent, and this is where you see the other aspect of Electrum's general shyness, because while all of you know that, like, he speaks in such a bar when he is outside.
Yeah.
He, like, while he's not unconfident, he is shy.
Yeah.
And so he has programmed his agent to voice synthesize for him, which projects a stronger voice than he would have himself. So yeah, he texts it. Are you Tutankhamun?
Are you my mum?
I am.
Aw.
Are you the guy I've been waiting for?
Tremaine sent me, yes.
Oh, thank God for that. Ah, Jesus. I was going to have to hang around here all day.
Pick up as requested.
Yeah. I'm told you know the dimensions.
Yeah.
Gimme.
Don't know destination.
No, you don't. Not yet.
1 meter, 1.5 meter by 1.75 meter by 1 meter.
Cool. Well, we've got to do security checks somehow. I don't know you from a hole in the ground.
He just nods.
Cool. You're a weirdo, you know that, don't you?
I've been told that.
Just checking. She hops down, stands to her full height, and she is well over 2 meters. Extremely, let's put it this way, very high body.
Rather than crane his head a lot, Electrum steps back a few paces.
Yeah.
Then I too will be stepping back a few paces.
She grins down at you. She's a shock of bright pink hair in the mohawk. Heads up the stairs to the Winnebago and comes out holding a long, sleek bullet of a carrying case. Yeah, it's gonna need both of you, I reckon.
Let me check the weight on that.
Yeah, Electrum beckons cab forward.
I'll go and see if I can lift it up.
You're looking at probably 50 kilos.
Ooh, that's fairly hefty.
It's
What's
definitely
the body we
team
needed
lift.
to carry it solo?
God, now you're asking. It's easily a 2-person lift, largely because of how long it is. She is tall enough to carry it one hand on either end. You're not.
Yeah, I'm only 5'8".
Yeah, she's about 6'5".
Wow.
She is a big old thing. Yeah, between the two of you, you can carry it. It's got a handle each end. It's just you literally can't get your arms to.
Yeah.
Which arms are just like that.
Yeah.
That's
No.
Yeah.
But let's put it this way: anything normal over 25 kilos is counted as a team lift in reality.
it.
Yeah.
So 50 kilos, you're looking, 2 people can do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know,
feel it.
Fish. I know. Been done T-shirt.
Doesn't mean I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Before Electrum goes forward to pick up, what's the destination?
You've not been given that yet.
He's told you to have it.
A secretive little sod, isn't he? Okay, you are looking for Club Vibro.
Ooh.
Is this the Tremaine?
As far as I know. Cautious sod. That chummer never does anything in person. You could well be going for another third party, but it could be him.
Any specific? Were you told any specific time frame?
Soon as.
Gotcha.
The box itself, by the way, is labelled heavily with Militech International all over it. And there is both a screen and a jack port on the top of the box. There is no visible lock.
When you say very heavily covered in Militech, is this the sort of thing that here it probably isn't a problem.
You wouldn't want to be carrying it down the street.
Yeah,
You might want to put a cloth over it.
well, that's what I was thinking. It's like just to go the short distance between the van is probably okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. At that point, Electrum puts the issue away and in his actual voice, thank you. Delivery pickup. We'll take it from here. And he gets on the end and he struggles, but he picks up the other end of the. Electrum is body 5 and 5'6.5". He's not.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, you can wrestle it back towards the van. And, yep, Max has finished spraying.
Okay.
Things are starting to calm down a little as the light starts to fade.
Obviously, still keeping an eye on Coral. The whole time.
Okay, before you head, so when we get back to the van,
Yep.
Electrum said that he'll stay with the van and deal with the package.
Makes sense.
And then suggest to Cad and Matt if Carl doesn't actually no, he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't say anything at this point. He'll just wait and see. I hope Carl comes round, and that's it. And then climbs in the back of the van.
Okay.
To the best of Max's knowledge,
Yep.
do you have a weapon?
You know that I carry 2 weapons. You know that I have a medium pistol. Sorry, a heavy pistol. And you know I also have a stun gun.
Fair enough. Cool. So long as you are actually armed.
Yep.
Not much point leaving you here guarding the thing.
Oh
otherwise.
no, I do have. I'm not very good at using them, but I am capable of using them.
Okay.
Right. Yep. So Max is going to sidle over to Joe. I'm fairly certain is his name.
Yep. Who has?
Once we've uploaded the thing, I will go to a company, given that I know what it is we're looking for specifically.
Yeah.
Casting glances over in Cole's direction. Frequently as he's heading over there, and he's not good at dissembling because he has a lousy empathy, but attempting to look somewhat worried.
You change your mind about buying stuff?
He nods over towards where Coral is operating from. Do you know her?
No.
Only, I don't know if you saw, but she grabbed me just after we were talking to you earlier, and she was asking questions about it. Specifically, gets out his agent, pulls up the number that he had to look on the manifest. Specifically to do with this. Have you got it? Because if you had, I'd dump it quick before she gets it.
Right. Okay. I would like you to make me a streetwise roll.
Oh my god.
This is going to be a post-coercion for him, but streetwise from you. Because you're trying to come off as dodgy operator.
That is an 18 on
Oh, for once you actually rolled double figures. My god.
Streetwise is doing okay. It's my perception that I can't roll.
Oh shit, I just rolled a 3. Hang on.
Are we finally going to get those bags of out-of-date medical stuff?
looks down.
Not necessarily, but if he ditches the thing that we're looking for, we can just pick it up.
He pulls out the wadded up piece of paper, looks at your agent again, and basically just starts running down. Oh crap. Look, I want no trouble. I've never done anything like this before in my life. I'm just trying to make some extra scratch. Look, hang on. It's that one. It's that one. It's that box. It's in there somewhere. I haven't got. Look, just take it. I don't care.
Right.
Yes!
I'll pull the box out and lift it up.
Okay.
Good man. We'll try and keep you off your back, but I'd pack up and get out if I were you.
I've got to go. Yeah, I've got to call my friend. I've got to call my buddy. He can come and get us away. And jeez, I'm never doing this again.
Max, by the way, while doing this, he has changed into the armor jack, and he
Yeah.
does have a heavy submachine gun
Yeah.
tucked underneath said jacket while doing this. It's actually
Okay.
empty, but Joe doesn't know that.
You did warn him that the price was going to depreciate the longer that he messed around
And
there.
it's definitely depreciated.
He is frantically slamming totes shut and trying to squadge everything. He has sold some stuff, but he is frantically trying to get the totes to interlock and close and stack.
Max is going to sort of move away slightly and kind of stand trying to look big as if he's trying to block the view from where Coral is to what Joe's doing.
I'm throwing back the bag with this box of stuff.
Yeah.
Tote full of crap, yeah.
Slide that in the van, slide the door shut, and then look back to Max to make sure Max is okay.
Okay.
Max will wink.
Yeah. Max gets a message on his agent as Joe is frantically packing everything up. And a couple of minutes later, a beaten up estate to us, I can never remember, a station wagon, isn't it, in the US, appears, driven by, again, another bloke who looks like he'd be far happier behind a photocopier than a machine gun.
I'm going to attempt to surreptitiously photograph its number plates.
Not a problem. Max and him start loading the stuff back into the car, and they head off at a rate of knots, not even breaking down the tables.
If I hear
In that case, I'm having the tables.
if I see this, like, because I'll be looking at over in that direction from the back of the van. If I see any of this, I'm trying to film it on my agent as well. And if I, in particular, getting plate numbers and
and same here.
Right.
Recording.
Can you please make me a perception check? Anyone who is recording the plates.
I'm now scanning the whole area looking for trouble.
Okay.
Okay.
17.
My perception skill is trying to make up for its earlier blunders, I think. That's a 24.
Oh, jeez. I have the lowest. I have 17.
Okay. Fish, I will give this to you, although it's actually anyone over 20. Basically, you can see Biotechnica parking tags attached to the plates.
Oh.
Yeah.
They've got NFC tags, basically. So that car can go through Biotechnica gates. You can see the tree.
Let's steal another car.
But they are gone. They are going. They are out. Yes, you get a message on your agent simply saying sneaky. And as the night market starts to calm down, the temperature, although the sun is going down, the temperature actually rises. And a stiff breeze hits you. And as you're basically all looking at, well, do we pack up now? Do we see if there's anything else? You know, is it last knockings? You get a message from Coral. Preemptive security.
Right, I will head over to see what's going on with Coral then.
Coral is standing now next to the pickup. I've just had some notifications from people who are unhappy with me are on the way. Should be 6 bodies. Think you can see them off?
I think I might be able to manage that.
Good. You've
Oh,
got...
have I seen anybody selling ammunition while I've been here?
Yeah, various of the Nomads have been selling ammo. She actually does reach around behind her. If you're light. I took this in trade earlier. It's not actually worth that much to me. It's a standard canister of ammo. That's heavy pistol, that's light pistol, that's rifle.
Okay, he will... he's not going to take the piss. He's just going to pop the empty magazine from his heavy SMG and fill it with heavy pistol ammunition and slip it back
Fair
in.
enough.
That'll do nicely.
Good call. Okay, in the distance, you can all hear now the whining roar of choo-choo powered bikes. And
Not going to be them then.
I'll be them. Sorry about this. Bit of a test.
Max will start walking towards the sound of the bikes.
Okay. What you see coming around the corner, and I will tell you now, you're not having this encounter this session.
Tonight, no.
Is a V shape forcing other traffic out of their way and pedestrians to leap aside of Harley Davidson style bikes.
Harley Davidson knockoffs.
Trailing stars and stripes banners.
How many of them?
Oh, it's the 6.
6. There's actually 4 bikes, but 6 people.
4 bikes but 6 people.
And
Okay, so yeah, as soon as they come into sight,
yep.
Max is going to make himself obvious.
Okay.
He will raise the SMG, cock it with a flourish,
Yeah.
very noticeably, and then just level it in the direction of them and yell, "I think that's far enough."
Okay.
What Max does that,
Real quick,
I'm drawing and from
Yeah.
where I stand, taking a bead on the bikes.
can I see this happening
Oh,
from
yeah.
where I'm playing?
Oh, I think everybody can see this
Immediately-
happening. This is a big
Okay.
event.
You can also hear the incidental music just start to get louder.
Yes.
Look, I immediately changed the tune, hold up my finger to stop whatever song we're currently playing, and launch into a battle ballad.
Okay.
Okay.
As the clouds
Do I get a
gather.
bonus to hit damage from Bardic Inspiration?
Yes.
So, the clouds are gathering over the moon. There is a high wind blowing up, and the air just got incredibly hot. When I say incredibly, we're talking 90 degrees as the sun has gone down. And you can hear rumbles in the air as the 6th Street gang screech to a halt on their bikes and stare at you. And we'll end it there.
Quick note, since I was Apple, did we manage to get the quantum interface yet? But...
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
good.
Well,
Well,
we
we
think
think-
we did.
we think
It's
so.
supposed to be in the tote that Cad brought back to the van.
Yeah, Max conned him.
Yeah, we got the box that supposedly handled.
And we got the box that you were after, which is super secure.
Yeah,
But
job done.
I don't think Nabu got her snacks though.
Oh, Nabu will have got her
I'm
snacks.
sure there was plenty
Oh,
of
okay.
time for Nabu to get
There was,
snacks
you were
while,
wandering around
other
for a few
people were
hours,
doing
yeah. Nabu
Okay.
will
things. We
have...
hung around most of the day, if only because Max wouldn't leave and the rest of you needed his van.
Yeah, and we all made some new friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
you're all able to network, because I can finally get you attached to other parts of the city.
Granted, I still don't know the names of who I've networked with.
There's El Mariachi 1, El Mariachi 2, and El Mariachi 3.
No,
It's the one
you.
that's got a machine gun in its
Yeah.
guitar case that you want.
Yes. Actually,
Well, I think right
you
now we
will...
could do with the one with the rocket launcher in his guitar case. Actually.
It surprises me that there isn't actually a part of the character sheet for like connections.
Is there not?
I've stopped minding the friends part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Maybe
live
it was a
stuff,
film back.
and yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
what you're
right.
looking
Oh,
at, what you're talking to, by the way, Shard, they will have introduced themselves at some point during the afternoon.
Yeah.
Is
in between
you are
songs at
talking
some stage.
to Viper and Mario.
Viper and Mario.
Okay.
What instruments do they play?
Mario is primarily assorted percussion. Started on maracas, but has been pulling out all sorts of things like little hand drums, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And Viper primarily plays guitar.
Alright, cool.
It's Viper you were having Battle of the dueling banjo thing with.
The banjo, yeah.
Yeah.
They swapped their
Have we-
guitar to a banjo sound effect.
Have we made any money? Like, have people dropped coins at us?
Yes, actually. You have been playing most of the afternoon. You've been gigging on that. So, yeah. Between the three of you, you have made... Let's round it up, 600 EBs.
Holy shit.
Damn.
That's what?
200 each.
That is 200 each.
Yeah, way better than the rest of us.
Yeah.
I've been into the wrong profession. Wow.
He has an immediately marketable skill,
Yeah.
as opposed to ones which are more long term.
Yes.
Ah,
So-
At this moment, my skill has just become immediately marketable.
Yeah.
Yes. So, we will leave it there. And thank you so much for playing. I really, really enjoyed this evening. That was a lot of
That
fun.
was a
Been a chuckle.
Yeah.
I hope you liked meeting the people in and around.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Joe may well turn up again. The unfortunate Joe.
Joe is eminently blackmailable, and we can find him because we've got his name and his mate's number plate.
Yep.
And we know that they have a pass to get into biotechnical facilities. So they are on my watch list for future missions.
Yep.
I can honestly say that even though I wasn't actively doing anything,
Sorry.
setting that trap right up front just was like, yep, I'm out. Take care of everything, guys.
Okay.
But I will drop you a line about what Electrum is going to do about that.
Okay.
'Cause
Not a problem.
there is a person on my background list who would be interested. But
I see.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. I'm just going to be curious to see if you're going to try and open it. That's just me. Right.
oh no, like oh, you mean the box we picked up?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Electrum is not going to do that.
Darn it. I do know what's in there.
I'm sure you do. Electrum is on a job, but he has a reputation.
Hey.
Or rather, he wants to maintain his reputation.
Fair enough. I even rolled up what the net architecture is on the lock, because that lock has enough complexity to it to
Yeah,
to
I
actually be
imagine so.
packing a net architecture. When I rolled the third set of hellhounds, I realised you were in trouble.
Only if you guys open it.
Only if you guys were
You know, the guy did only tell Chrono to deliver the box. He didn't say anything about delivering it with any of the items in it.
Just
Electrum
said
is
the box,
not
didn't say
that
anything about the content.
stupid.
No.
If Electrum knows if he does that, he will be the contents of the box.
Of the next box, yes.
Right. So,
Like,
Yeah.
he might be a bit of an arrogant ass, but
he's not stupid.
yeah.
Okay.
Not quite that suicidally pedantic.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Besides,
so
Morton's not dead.
Thank you very much indeed. We will be resolving that and carrying on with the scenario in 3 weeks' time. She says, just checking. Which is the 25th of July.
Cool.
So looking forward to that. Next week, I believe, is Castles and Crusades.
Should be Castles and Crusades, yes. First session there.
Yeah,
So I'm going to make sure everything is ready for that over the course of the week, and we'll be contacting the players to be sure that we are all ready to go.
I'll need to finish my character for that.
I'm
Cool.
looking forward to seeing what comes out with that.
So, tomorrow I am streaming Vampire, it being Monday, and on Thursday it's Subs Call the Shots, and I will be doing a Warlock of Firetop Mountain with 5-finger bookmark in place, and the subscribers deciding the path through the classic fighting fantasy
It's been
story.
a while since I've looked at that one.
It's been a long while since I've looked at that one. I am not looking again before we play, so I don't remind myself.
I think it would be 1987. I think was when I looked at that.
I got it because I was a member of the Puffing Club. That's where I got my first copy. I've got 3 now, I think, not counting the digital ones. Okay.
Do you have Return to Firelock now?
Firetop Mountain.
as well?
I don't. Not yet. There's a yet, though. So, that's what I am doing this week. Night.
I will be behind the drums on Tuesday and again on Thursday, all things being well.
Cool.
Friday will not be Forza. I'll not be streaming Friday. I'll be looking to change my third stream night in time to. I'm possibly shifting it to Saturday.
Okay. Shard. Any streams planned?
Tomorrow, Mr. T will probably be streaming Portal either before or after your stream, depending on when he wakes up. And Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be streaming Bloodstained again.
Okay. Robinson.
I'm going to be playing more mobile games.
Okay.
But in terms of actual things that might be happening, I don't know when it starts, but the Honkai Impact game is having a crossover event with Genshin Impact, which is the game that I mainly stream at the moment.
Okay.
So I will be swapping over to that, but I have no idea when that event is, because for some reason they seem really averse to giving dates.
Don't you just
yeah.
hate that?
It's just coming soon, and then they release a trailer, and then they release another trailer, and then another trailer. I'd really like to just know when it is.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, grief. Okay, come around Molière.
Tomorrow, probably before your stream, but I plan on doing a cooking stream.
Oh, cool.
Which is not making me nervous or panicky at all because you haven't. Thank you.
Is this going to be the potato pizza thing?
Yes, and looks like the other option right now that is leading in the poll is banana bread.
Cool.
Because I put a poll on Twitter. Wednesday evening, probably about 10 BST, after I get off work, there will be something, I have not decided what game yet, and probably something next weekend, but all of that's to be determined.
Okay.
So,
and Chrono, newly affiliated and everything.
Newly affiliated, yes. So I made Twitch affiliate last week. So yes, I'm hoping to get 2 or 3 streams in this week. My first one will be in Wednesday at 8 PM BST. Haven't finalised what I'm going to do yet because it might actually be a celebration stream and we might play some Jackbox with chat. Thursday I will probably stream 3 PM BST and start a game called Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
Nice.
That just sounds like something that's a cartoon in Night City. I'm sorry, it really is.
I love that title.
And then there may be an early morning Saturday stream, assuming I have enough stones, in which case it will either be continuing Turnip Boy or it might be going back to the Pokemon teasing trip. Yeah.
Okay, which is quite cool. Fish, I'm assuming you're still in the no extra streams until you are in your own place.
Still in the no streams occurring situation, yes. And feeling a little second class at the moment. I think I'm probably presumably the only person in this game that's not a Twitchable.
I'm not an affiliate.
Shards
I still need 20 more followers.
I take it back then.
I get like on average 2 viewers per stream, so it's quite a way off for me.
Yeah.
That's my fault, because I always seem to exclusively stream when one of you guys is.
This is not good planning.
Yeah, it's just how it happens. We need to get some multi-streams in, and then people can bounce back and forth.
Yes, and everyone here is affiliate in our hearts.
Absolutely. You're just ridiculously too nice. Stop it. It's very strange. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you to my players for putting up with just a boring little shopping trip to the local night market.
Yep, completely uneventful.
Thank you for providing us with the opportunity to really go to town on breaking somebody's psyche.
Yes, yes, you have destroyed a salaryman's psyche.
Yes.
Poor soul. Yep. Yeah, Max is definitely well on his way to the manipulating end of Fixer. Yeah. Right. We will see you this week, and we will be back here next week for Castles and Crusades. So, thank you very much, and good night.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.